Well, good morning, almost good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great day. As you know, I was in front of Colin Knapp's home this morning. We are seeking justice and information in connection with missing person Kathleen Moore. She's been missing since the Sunday night, early morning into Monday, November 29th. And her family is absolutely devastated. We've been on the phone with them, we've been working with them, a few of her friends, which we were slightly misled yesterday about their relationship. They are actually friends with Kat, not family members to Kat, but they were still out on the roads, they were still handing out flyers, we were still working, we were still going and searching all the areas. Awesome. So I'm just hearing, as many know, I started a pressure campaign against our local news organizations here because, as many people know, Kat is a Black woman that has gone missing. And it's been very upsetting to me that so much time and energy was spent in, Gabby Petito is important. I get it. Any missing person is important. Any missing person, whether no matter what their religion, what color their skin is, what their political backgrounds, they are all important and they all deserve to be brought to the attention of media, to the attention of social media, so we can help and aid in finding information about them, And in this case, I was very appalled that there was little to no media. Little to no media. So I started tagging the media in there and calling them out. I don't like the race baiting argument. People that know me know that that is not what I like to do. But when I have a missing person 2 hours away from my home, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the attention of media to start monitoring the situation. And I didn't like the response that was received from WFLA, basically telling her friends that, there's not enough interest in the story. There's not enough interest in the story because you're not creating enough interest in the story. They're all about ratings. They're not really about doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And that's why I do not like mainstream media. It's why I'm out here now. It's why I do what I do, because I'm not mainstream media. We bring this stuff to you. We don't care about political correctness here. We say what we want. We do what we want. And, we bring you guys the facts. We tell you our opinions. We tell you our speculation, and we, move the story that way. So I'm glad to see some of the work that I did, and I really did. And I thank my subscribers because you guys actually went out and did the work by calling them out. I started it. You guys ran with it. And I just want to tell you, thank you. It's people like you that drive this narrative and get the attention of the media. You guys are amazing. I want to tell you that you are amazing. Well, sorry, Jen. No, I do not. My Facebook is private. It's for another cause. You can only find me on TikTok, Twitter, and on here on YouTube. My Facebook is private. It's private. It's for me and a whole different element of my life. But it's not related to anything. So I apologize about that. But no, I do not give that information out because it is my private Facebook page, and this stuff does not go on my Facebook page. It stays with the platforms in which I run it on, which are Twitter and YouTube. I do TikTok completely separate from here, but I have a huge following over at TikTok. You're more than welcome to watch my 3-minute videos over there. But if you want live, you're more than welcome to watch them here on YouTube or Twitter. So, So I appreciate that. But at this point, just to get back to the Wells thing, as many of you know, there's a breaking case. We have a missing person, Kathleen Moore. She's 2 hours from my home. This is a brand new case. We want to get as much, boots on the ground and as much attention to this case right now. We did collect a little bit of money for our trip to the Wells. That money has not yet been spent. It will be going into the Wells case. As soon as we wrap up this case or we have some movement on this case, we will be, rescheduling that. So it's no big deal. We were driving up anyways, so it's not like it was a huge deal. We didn't have airfare or anything like that. Many of you guys know Molly Go Lightly went up there and has already poked around, to see what we were dealing with, did some due diligence. She's actually should be flying. I think she should be arriving in Pennsylvania later today. So we haven't spent the money. The money that we came up with for this trip. Again, it was about 150, under $200. Our trip was going to cost 700. So we were actually spending money out of our own pocket to go here. So I figured, my followers are very dedicated to us, and, us dealing with a case that needs our attention right now. I'm sure they understand. We're just going to have to postpone Summer Wells just a little bit. And not only that, we have like an imminent threat anyways. A gentleman, a crazy guy from Texas, has been stalking us and, harassing us and trying to intimidate us. So we're just going to let that die down. Apparently him and his followers have raised, some money. So we're just going to let them waste that money, and waste his time. And we'll go up there. We will not be, stating the dates that we're going to go up there, but we will be up there. We're going, and a lot of people, he's just on a tangent aside from this. This gentleman is hyping his followers, which is crazy because they think we're going out there with, it's a complete hype. If anybody's watched our Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner investigation, there was no bullhorns. There was nothing. We went out there to investigate. We went out there to find answers. And even with Kathleen Moore, many of you guys are following us on here. What do? We go out into the woods. We have something to say. We ask questions. When they don't want to ask questions, we get, we provoke a response from them. That's what we do. When we have somebody that's completely deceptive and refuses to show their face and refuses to answer simple questions, yeah, we'll pull out the bullhorn. That's where I got my name, Bullhorn Betty. But the hype is just ridiculous. He thinks he's going to save the day and whatever, dude. I don't have time for that. We're out here working. We're out here really trying to find answers for people. We go into woods. I almost stepped on a snake yesterday in the backwoods of this, this huge, there's a lot of wooded areas over in Newport Richey where Colin Knapp lives, and many people know we go out there. We legitimately search for people. We don't sit behind a YouTube channel and, just, get people hyped up so I can get contributions and money. So we have decided collectively as a team, we're going to let him burn his own candle out. We're going to allow him to waste his own money. If they want to, keep giving him money and wasting it on this garbage, they can. I don't have time for it. So we're going to be off just a little bit on Summer Wells. We are going to go. I do believe Summer Wells has met her demise. I don't believe she's in this sex trafficking. So, it's not to downplay her case at all. It's just that I've got a person here that I also do believe may have met her demise, but there is a potential that she's alive and we need to find her. And her name's Kathleen Moore. And, we really want to, bring attention, bring awareness, bring media coverage to her. It looks like my media pressure campaign is working. If we got WFLA going live out there, I'm glad to hear that they're finally doing something and getting off their butts to help. So that's great news. That's great news because I tell you, it's 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So I was up I had 3 hours of sleep yesterday. I didn't go to bed until after midnight. I was up at 4 a.m. I was in front of his house at 5:20 a.m. I sat on his house until one of my teammates came over there, we went out into the woods. We actually got with some neighbors. They walked us around. When people see us and see that we are there and they read our vibe and they realize we're truly there to help, it's amazing how they just start opening up to us. They start telling us what we need. They realize that we are not, for example, this crazy guy in Texas, we're not what they try to make out to be. But again, he has to hype it up, because if he didn't have the hype, he's got so little followers that I don't think if he didn't hype it up, I don't think he'd get the kind of contributions that he's getting. So I'm not going to spend any more time on him. I did want to give a shout out to Molly. Thank you for calling me. I'm glad everything went without a hitch in Tennessee. And I guess we may go live tonight when you're back home, or tomorrow, whichever you prefer. I'm fine with. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a safe flight home, and just getting on with the program here. So let's just move on. Hi, Vanny. Um, Aya, no. First of all, we were going to be going next week to Tennessee. Actually, we were going to do it this week, and then with the threat, we decided to change our plans to next week. But since we have this case going on that needs our attention right now, we're going to focus on finding Kathleen Moore. And the reason why is because we think that there is going to be some major movement on this case this week, some major movement. We want to make sure that we're here for that content so we can bring it live to you. Sometimes these things happen. Our donors that help sponsor this trip there totally understand. We had to do this with the Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner case too, when Olivia came down with COVID. So this is just, it kind of comes into the territory. It didn't discourage us from getting out there and doing the work that we had to do. But, this case does need our attention. She has been missing just as of today, 7 days since the last time anybody has saw her. And this is a fresh case. This is something that we can really assist on. And again, it's 2 hours from my home. There's no reason why I would jeopardize her safety if she is alive. To go to Tennessee right now, especially with him. We have talked to law enforcement in Tennessee. We have everything prepared for our safety reasons. And we're going to just go that route. But at any rate, I got to start focusing on Kathleen Moore here, because I've got her family in here. Hi, Charlie Faye. Thank you for watching. Hello. Thank you. Yes, she is. People know that I have been in front of Colin's house, blasting the media for their lack of attention to Kathleen Moore case. FWFLA did come out there and interview the friends that we were with that were handing out flyers. I was a little, I have to be honest with you, I was a little upset that they, told me that they were the mom and the sister, because I've been communicating with their family. We haven't seen them in person. So naturally, when they said I just assumed those are the same people that I've been communicating with. And you can imagine that her real mom and her real sister would be so sorely upset that somebody is claiming to be their legitimate family. There was in passing that one of the girls, Jessica, did tell us it's because they were best friends. They grew up together and everything like that. We just missed it. And we went forward that these were her mom and sister, and again, didn't want to hurt anybody in her family's feelings. But, again, a lot of this stuff, we don't see people's faces. We take them as true. They're still good friends of Kat's. I don't want to discredit them in that way. I mean, they were out there handing out flyers in the heat, on a major intersection, very dangerous. And Diane was literally knocking on people's windows if they didn't open it up. She made sure that everybody got a flyer with Kat Moore's face on it. This exact flyer, she was making sure everybody that passed her got this, saw her, knew who they were looking for, and everything like that. Another thing that upset the family just a little bit, and I touched on it this morning on my live, is that they went over to Colin's house and knocked on his door and went inside. We do not know what they discussed. I like to see, I like to hear, I like to watch, whether I speak or not. I love to watch the body language. I love to watch the blink pattern. I love to watch everything, every motion they make, from the wiggles of their toes to the wiggles of their hands. And, I was not able to do that because they went inside. They didn't give us, they didn't record the conversation. They didn't do anything. And I don't know what was said. I know what by the time they came out, they believed his story and think that he's innocent until proven guilty and this, that, and the other. I'm sorry. I just do not. There is no other person that had their door kicked in and evidence removed, mountains of evidence, mind you, mountains of evidence removed from their home for processing. They also went to this guy's place of employment. Okay, so and I don't care what the media says. I really don't. I don't give a crap what the media says. I'm boots on the ground when the media wants to turn their back on this family. And, we found out they were telling everybody that this was her boyfriend. This was not her boyfriend. This was a friend of hers that she had a fling with. They've been off and on for the last 3 years. People were saying that she liked him a heck of a lot more than he liked her. They all work together at Applebee's. There's 2 other roommates that live with Colin. Escobar, I believe, is the guy's name, and then a woman by the name of Angie. There's children in this home. I don't think the children were home. I hope the children were home at the time of the altercation inside that home, because I heard it was very ugly. Colin himself admitted to the altercation inside the home being very ugly. And just to think that she may have ordered an Uber and then somebody from the Uber company or somebody that didn't even know her would kill her. The story doesn't make sense. People have common sense. I'm pretty sure this crazed man from Texas that likes to come to the defense of the guilty will find a way to twist this around to try to say Colin's innocent. It's ridiculous. I'm just not paying him any more attention. He is a clout chaser. He's got no following. He's got a very bare minimum following. And all he does is suck the finances and life out of his followers. But hey, it's America. So if they want to do that, they can. Hi, Beth. Let me get here and just go down the list of questions you guys have. My mouse isn't working. It's getting frustrating for me. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. Yeah, Molly went down there. Just, I'm sorry to catch you guys up to speed. So much stuff was going on. I would have came live to you, but right when she was heading down or heading up to Tennessee, I guess to her it's over or something because she's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, she went there. She didn't talk to the Wells. She just went there and did some preliminary work there. Talked to a few people in the town about the case, what they knew. She was over at the cemetery, I believe. So she did do a lot of work. I'm sure that'll be coming out on her YouTube channel here in the near future. I talked to her while I was out in Newport Richey earlier today, and she said she was catching her flight and heading home. So, she went out there by herself. Everybody, she's fine, guys. Nothing happened. Come on. This guy is just blowing this stuff out of proportion, but let him do it. I just let him do it. I'm just over it. I hate the drama. He's causing so much drama, and it's just to strum up money from his followers. So we're going to let him waste his time and his money or earn their money. So I really don't care. Whatever they want to do, that's fine. So Lisa, the mom close friend's name has not been released to the public. She introduced herself to me as Diane. Her name is Diane. I don't know their last name. I'm not going to provide their last name, even if I did. But we were speaking with Jessica and Diane yesterday. Are you serious? That guy has lost every freaking nut, bolt, and screw a person could possibly have upstairs. Let him waste his time. Are you serious? He is going to be sorely surprised. But hey, you know what? They funded it for him. Go enjoy your vacation, buddy. What an idiot. What a pure idiot. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Yeah, well, I'm not. I've been too busy working to deal with a joker or with a YouTube channel. To be honest with you, let's see here. Exactly, exactly. This is why we kind of had to change gears. Listen, in the business that we're in, sometimes we have to change gears. Does it mean any case is less important than it was before? No, it just means that something, if we can help a family, truly help, we try to. We're going to be going down to look for summer wells in the near future. I will be posting those dates for you just as soon as we figure out what's going on. I'd have to think it's going to be in the next week or two, depending on what transpires in this case. If the gentleman, if Colin Knapp is arrested, we'll probably be going there shortly after it. If another person of interest is arrested, again, the case will start moving into that direction, depending on what it is, because even then we start covering the case as well. So we don't really let a case go just because somebody has been arrested. We usually follow the arrestee, follow the information that's coming out from law enforcement. There's still a lot of behind the scenes and stuff. It's a lot of work, folks. You got to remember, we do not have a tap into law enforcement. We do not know what they know. So when we get information, we really have to work for that information. We don't get to go and flash a badge or a warrant at these stores to get their surveillance cameras. We don't get an opportunity to reach out to the cell phone providers and ask, for this information and get, pings and stuff like that. That we just don't. Everything that we do comes 100 to 1,000 times harder for us because we literally have to work and collect the information and do the investigation and get that work. We, believe it or not, we've been very successful in getting information. And again, it's because people see us, they trust us, when we start talking to them and they realize that we're truly here to help, we're truly here to find answers. We're truly here. Yes, we bring a social media platform to it, but as many know, social media has helped solve many cases. And this is a new niche market where the public is truly involved. We got web sleuths and things like that just troll the web for information and provide us information for people that are involved. We reach out to those people, they start talking to us. We're not law enforcement, we're not private investigators. We truly care, we truly listen to them, and we truly try to get the right story out. So that's what we try to do. I know. I try not to, Charlie Bear. I try not to let that anything bother me. So we just keep moving forward, and we do the best we can with what we have. And safety is always our first concern. But at the end of the day, the work that we do, we are constantly putting ourselves in harm's way. It's going to be no different. Like even yesterday, I almost stepped on a snake. It's no different. From one case to another, we can get seriously harmed doing the work that we do. We still do it because at the end of the day, it's about the victim and the victim's family. We are there to help the victim and the victim's family. In the case of Summer Wells, based upon what I'm reviewing, it appears to be something nefarious there. Once we speak to Don and get his side of the story, and I can read him, I'll make the determination then. But I can tell you that at the end of the day, if he really cares about his daughter, it's going to be about bringing social media attention to his daughter and his daughter's case. So he's got to make the decision on how he wants to proceed. And the people in that area, I have to imagine, with a 5-year-old girl missing, that they are going to want as much attention to her and finding her as possible, and that's what we provide. So we will see how that all works out, and I'll keep you guys updated on and that as we move forward with it. Watching Knapp leave the house this morning, ignoring your question, enraged me. Yes. Tell me about it. And then Jonathan and I were sitting there talking about it. It's like, think about it. If somebody was innocent and they had all this heat on them, you would think if they had an opportunity to go in front of the camera and put everybody's mind at ease, that they would, right? Coming out and saying, look, I'm out here in the neighborhood. I'm posting these signs up. I want to find my friend. If anybody knows where she's at, please let me know. She left this house and has not been seen since. I am so worried about her and concerned. It's none of that. You're not getting any of that from him. None. You know? And so it's very telling. Colin Knapp just seems like he has something to hide. I mean, hell, even Don Wells, if you want to talk about, is out in the media talking to people. Even Don Wells is out there talking to people. So far, I've seen him on multiple interviews. The wife, on the other hand, not so much, which is a little concerning. But Don Wells, absolutely. This one, nobody's been in front of the media. None of the people that last seen her have bothered speaking about her. Yesterday, we had the neighbor. I've got a clip here. I'm going to be showing you here in just a little bit about, Don, not Don, sorry, I'm getting my cases mixed up. The roommate of Colin Knapp, he was out there. He gave Jonathan an interview. I will be showing that here shortly. That was from yesterday. And we're just going to keep working this. Something's going to break on this case really soon. I really believe it. I feel it in my heart and soul that Kathleen Moore, there's something's going to break in this case. Okay. We were out there. We talked to law enforcement yesterday. They can't give us a whole lot of information. But we did find out that, yes, WFLA, the news outlets are trying to say there's no person of interest known to them at this time in this case. That is untrue. I have to go through my footage, but I have the police, basically telling us when they knew we were going to be starting our peaceful protest in front of there, which was just, holding up signs of this sign right here and walking back and forth in front of Colin's house. They let it slip that, he is under investigation. That house is under investigation. They are surveilling that home. So there's, they are, this right now. I mean, Colin is the only person of interest in this case. He's the only person that they kicked in the front door on to go in and get evidence out of his home. And we watched it on TV, the mounds of evidence, the evidence bags, all this evidence coming out of his house for processing. They are not doing that with any other person, just Colin. That should be telling to everybody. It should be telling to everybody. So, I try to respect, even Diane and Jessica. I like that they looked him in his eyes and spoke to him, but they're not trained in this. And they really want to believe their friend is alive, and we're going to continue to search for her. We were out there again today. People have their hands to the, they have their hands on the pulse. I don't know, fingers on the pulse, whatever that analogy is. But we're not going to stop working just because, she may not be here anymore. It's going to make us work 10 times harder to find her. But it's a needle in the haystack, okay? And we were in some woods. I went into storm drains. I was the embankments, like trying to get down to that storm drain is almost like a 90-degree slope. You're trying to hold on to everything, not fall into the water. It's a lot of work. It's hard. My back is killing me today. My knee, I popped my knee yesterday doing the work that I do. This is what we do. It's what we do. And we work very hard trying to find answers. Typically, we're the only ones out there searching when we're out there. I mean, yeah, law enforcement searches and, they bring in, but where are they searching? Because I'm telling you, there was no ATV tracks where I was searching. There was none. There was no dogs out there. You couldn't see dogs. You couldn't see prints on the banks. I mean, I'm very observant. So where were they searching? If her clothes were found there and her cell phone was found around the corner from Colin's house at the Walgreens, she's close by. She's close by. We need to find her. So if anybody is familiar with the area off of Seven Springs and 54, if you guys want to get groups together and start getting, I'm going to tell you that the patch of woods behind Colin's house has a lot of swamp water in there. We need ATVs and people with wading gear to get behind that house and search for her. But we need to get groups together. We've got to go out there and start searching for her. We have to start searching for her. She's somewhere around there. I feel it. I feel it. I trust my instincts on this stuff. We're looking for disturbed ground. We're looking for, possibly submerged water. We need to get in there. We need to start working. People with scuba gear, that drainage ditch, right, that cuts through, the 7-Elevens on one side, the Walgreens on the other. There's that footbridge there. Under that is the water. And we need, in some parts of that are pretty deep. I'd like to get, some scuba stuff out there. If the officers aren't going to do it, then we need to do it ourselves. We need to find Kathleen Moore. Her family is sickened. Her friends are sickened. It's hard on them too. I mean, Jessica and Diane had her over for Thanksgiving, her and Colin over for Thanksgiving. And 2 days later, she's never heard from since. It's scary. It's scary. So, at any rate, so complicated. The quick recap is we're obviously out there, boots on the ground, looking for Kathleen Moore. We went looking in all the wooded areas that we could look in the time that we were out there yesterday. We have a lot more area to cover. We're hoping law enforcement starts, getting out there and looking. I got to tell you, I'm going to show you guys a video that will send chills up your spine. Maybe you guys have already seen it. I posted it last night, on the Twitter handle and on TikTok. It's a little scary, folks. It's just a little scary. So listen, I cannot confirm yet. I think we're working on it. I cannot confirm whether she ordered an Uber driver. Okay. There is an allegation that she did, but I can't confirm conclusively whether she did or not. Colin told Diane and Jessica yesterday that, she was waiting for the Uber driver and decided to grab some stuff, her cell phone, a bag of clothes, and leave the door, slamming the door. And most likely she was walking up to the 7-Eleven to get a pack of cigarettes. That was his, what he had said to Diane yesterday. Again, we don't know. I didn't hear him say that. I'm taking a person that heard him say that. And I didn't even get the whole entire conversation. It was just, we need to back off. There's kids. I don't take, I'm out there to help, but I don't take orders very well. I do what I do. If you call me into a case, which their family did, her biological family's called me into a case. When I'm called into a case, I run it the way I see fit. I don't, I will ask the questions and I will handle myself accordingly. If I feel that pressure is needed, I'm going to apply pressure. If I feel that going in there and being nice and cordial and, asking open-ended questions, that's what I'm going to do. I run the case as I see fit. While I have a team, everybody on my team is independent. So they run themselves according to what they see fit. So there are times when we're not all on the same page. We try to get on the same page. So we've discussed this beforehand on a strategy that we will use. And we have an A, B, and C plan. And we all agree to that. And that's how we conduct them ourselves. So let's keep going here. And then I'm going to show you guys some videos. All right. Well, here, I'll just make it short and sweet. I really don't care anymore. That guy is a loony bin. And if his followers want to finance him to sit in trees, I could care less. He's wasting his time. He's wasting his followers' money. There's nothing I can do. He can sit up there for 2 weeks. It does not bother me. It does not affect me. Even if we were going tomorrow, it would not affect the work I'm doing. I've been intimidated many times. I mean, we get intimidated all the times with every case that we deal with because somebody is dead and somebody is guilty and somebody is innocent. So there is a high level of intensity on both sides of the argument. This is something that we deal with on a daily. It's something that we handle with precautions. But at this point, this is being focused on Kathleen Moore right now. I will do another live, giving updates on anything that I learned from Summer Wells in the near future. Probably later tonight, we'll talk about Summer Wells. But right now we're on Kathleen Moore and we will get to Summer Wells. But as far as this joker in Texas that's going over to Tennessee to ruffle our feather, we don't care, first and foremost. And secondly, I am perfectly fine with him wasting his time, energy, and money. It does not bother me. So, good luck. That's all I can say to him. Good luck. He's got 21 or 2,200 followers, I hear. We bring millions of followers between our team collectively. So it's like, he's got a few people that like him. So what? So what? We have a lot more people that support the work we do. So we can't have one hater stop us from doing what we're doing. But as far as this crazy lunatic from Texas, I got no time for him. I'm not going to spend any more time talking about him. He's a nobody. I'm going to treat him as such, and we're just going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to discuss the cases at hand. This is something that we deal with on every single case. Every single case, we have somebody just like him. So this is no different. I'm not quite understanding the question because we were talking about Kathleen Moore and we were talking about Summer Wells. I don't know who you're referring to. I will watch this and just keep an eye on it and see if I can come back to you and answer that question. But I'd like some clarification by what you mean. She is found. We were dealing with two females. We're dealing with Summer Wells as well as Kathleen Moore. I don't know what she you're talking about. So I'll get back to your question as I go down. Yes, we were. Actually, we had our whole team out there yesterday. But we only go live. We all separate when we go live because he has his followers. I have my followers. Again, we're independent individuals. We come together as a team collectively to join forces on cases. Most of our cases overlap, and we are a very good, unstoppable team. When we do that, we utilize all the resources we have available collectively to help bring awareness to a case. And, sometimes we have to apply different pressures in different aspects. For example, yesterday, I was calling out the media for not coming out and monitoring Kathleen Moore's case. You know what I'm saying? Like, it upsets me that, everybody constantly says that you have to have, blonde hair and blue eyes to get attention if you go missing. And, naturally, I don't believe that. I believe people are greedy. I believe that it's all about ratings, but I don't believe it has to do with skin color. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter what I believe. The bottom line is, as this poor woman had literally no coverage in front of Colin's house, yet we had no information, no update information from the police on Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, yet people were camped outside of their house for weeks, including myself. So this I have a problem with. So I, yes, decided to call out the media on their bias. They're creating this, not me. They're creating this. They should treat this case no differently than they treated Gabby Petito. She has a family. She has friends that love her. She is missing. It's a new case. We can bring a lot of media attention to this and help find answers and get the police moving in the right direction. And they choose not to. They choose ratings over doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And I will always stand on the side of the victim and their family. Always, always, always. She needs help. We need to find her. We need to reunite her with her family. And we need to find out what in the hell happened. And I'm not going to stop until we find it. Sorry, I get a little emotional. You got to remember that when we get involved in the case, we talk to the families. We get to know these individuals that go missing. Their family almost becomes our family. It's very, very hard. Even with Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner, Olivia speaks to Diane, I believe, almost on a regular, almost daily. I am really bad about keeping in contact with people because I'm always working. I'm always looking up stuff, and it's hard to keep that because we have to be careful what we say, to certain individuals. When it comes to the family members, we give them every information that we have. We may not say it publicly on here to the world, Especially when it comes to persons of interests, multiple persons of interest, like we have in Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner's case. But we do provide that information to the parents, the family, and for example, the Schultes have a private investigator. His name is Jason Jensen, and we provide him that information. He's a great guy. Some people like him, some people don't. I personally didn't like him until we personally spoke, but that's usually sometimes the case because you hear from other people, things about them that they didn't like, and those are becomes the things that you don't like, and then you speak to them and you find out, okay, this guy's not a bad guy. And that was kind of the scenario with Jason Jensen. We still keeping open lines of communication with him. We haven't found out much more information in Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner outside of the fact that the forensics haven't come back and the case is at a standstill. Well, we knew that. We knew that going to Moab. So, and that's why we got boots on the ground and we did, I think, over 50 interviews there. We talked to a lot of the van life community. We got a lot of great information. We've got several more people, persons of interest that we were able to share with Jason Jensen, Diane, and the Moab sheriff, the Grand County Sheriff's Department. So, we're very thankful with the work we do. A lot of people don't realize sometimes just knocking and talking to people, Garner think at the end of the day, some people just don't like talking to law enforcement. They don't like talk. We facilitate that. You talk to us, we talk to them. If there's a person that we need to be looking at and you don't want to tell law enforcement, you tell us. We tell law enforcement who they need to be looking at, who they need to be questioning. And it keeps you out of it. You'll be considered a confidential source. And we don't have to disclose that. So we do a service here. And there are a lot of people, especially people that, we're not sure when we're on these cases, we could care less what criminal activity you do. If you're a drug dealer or you do drugs yourself, we don't care. We don't care. We want the information that's going to help in the case. We don't care what you do. So sometimes people just don't want to have law enforcement in their business. And, they feel more comfortable telling us and giving us the information and evidence or person of interest. And we actually take that and turn that over ourselves to law enforcement. And it keeps that person completely clean. They don't have to deal with law enforcement. They get the information off their chest. And it's a service for everybody all the way around. So that's what we try to do. And very thankful that people trust us in doing that. So we will continue to do that. Yep. Awesome. I appreciate it, Joe. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know what? I don't know. And again, I know you guys wrote this a little while ago, so I'm just I'm not paying him any more attention. I actually find it comical, like Let's see. Complicated. I'm so you're so confused. No, you're not so confused. You're so complicated. No, I'm just joking. I love you, girl. At least I hope you're a girl. You never know these days, but it looks like the thing on the front. You might. Yes, we're very thankful. We're very thankful. It when we had when the threat became relevant and we were trying to figure out how to do it, we're just thankful that Molly got there. She was able to get some information. She's able to fly back. And it was just because, with her travel and travel expenses, we're doing this again. I'm going to tell you guys that we are going to go to Tennessee. Don't misunderstand me. We're definitely going to Tennessee. It's just right now we can't. We got a new case that needs all of our attention, all hands on deck. And, we are going to be going to Tennessee. We're going to be investigating Summer Wells. We are going to be bringing that information to you. Everybody's so concerned about me using my bullhorn. Look, I'm a very respectful person. We're peaceful protesters. If I need to use my bullhorn, I will use my bullhorn, period. I will. That doesn't mean every time I go out, like outside of the laundry case where we clearly needed to apply pressure to that family, I have not brought out my bullhorn yet. I use it when it's needed. When we went up to Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner's, we did a full-fledged investigation, interviewing witnesses, looking at the place where they met their demise. We had people meet us there. Not one time was my bullhorn ever brought out. Again, this gentleman is making hype. He's creating the hype to get funds from his followers. There's nothing more than that he's doing. He clearly does not see the work we do. He does not understand the work we do because he's a talking head on a YouTube channel. That's it. He sucks the life out of his followers, and God bless them for allowing him to. That's it. That's it. He's comedy. He's entertainment. He has done nothing for any child. He has never gone out there to look for anybody. He's never put up flyers. All he's done is talk to one person, and based upon that one conversation, he believes they're innocent, and that's that. And if he believes they're innocent, by God, they're innocent. It's a joke. It's a joke. I can't keep getting sucked back into this joker in Texas. I don't care about him. He's lightweight. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's talking. And, I've gotten, I'm not going to show my emails, but I got an email that he's talking law. First of all, we have attorneys that tell us what we can and can't do. We know the law, come on. We don't break the law. We don't break the law. So we're just going to let him do whatever he needs to do. And, he's going to look like a fool in front of his followers. And I hope he does. Oops. Let me go back and remove this real quick. Because I need... Stop sharing. I need to do that again. I need to make sure I can share my volume. I forgot to share the volume on this. All right. Share system audio. There we go. Okay. So it's going to probably pull it back up in that thing. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. You're going to have to give me a second to go back. We'll go back through those videos here in a little bit. Who is JLR? That's my friend, Jonathan Lee Riches. He's been an investigative journalist for a really long time. He's a wealth of knowledge. If anybody knows, he has his fair share of problems, just like I have. 90% of the people that I work with, outside of a few people, primarily Olivia. Olivia is just a beautiful young woman. She's a digital mastermind. She prepares, our documentaries and things like that related to the cases that we follow. She's just a bright young woman. But most of the people that we deal with have had a past. They have to work 10 times harder. They've all turned their lives over to God, and they've got to work 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times harder than the rest of the people because of that. And so that's the kind of people I need on my team. I need people on my team that go that extra mile. And I find that the people that have had a past, one, they come with experience that nobody that is a goody two shoes has. They come with experience. They come with a lot of stuff that is needed for these types of investigations and everything like that, dealing with law enforcement, dealing with, the criminal element. For me, I've had I've dealt with a lot of bad people in my past, with violence, domestic violence, the drugs, the alcohol, all those things. So I've got to have those people. I can't have somebody that has a crystal clear record that has never done anything wrong try to tell me about crime. Okay. You can't teach this shit in school. Okay. We need people that have experience and know what they're doing, but they have to be good. They have to be good people. I don't care about their past. I need their experience to move forward. The one requirement is that they have to turn their life over to God. And, they've in which they do. So all of us are doing God's work. We will continue to do it. We are wrapped in the armor of God. We will, we go to church, we pray. Even out in front of the laundry house, we prayed. We prayed for the laundries, So it's one of those things. He's just, you gotta have the people that know what they're doing to help provide, observations and strategy and, the decision-making process. Just, strategically and logistically. You got to have people that know what the hell they're doing. So, I'm not gonna when I open, I'm not gonna go into what any new information and what threat. I just don't want to. I just don't want to deal with that right now because I'm not going to give my platform. Somebody's using our names to try to get clout and try to boost his YouTube page by calling us out. Obviously we are much. Many know that I just started my YouTube page, but I have many followers on my TikTok, Twitter, and everything else. And with Olivia and her almost 2 million followers between all of her accounts. And, my Facebook page has almost 2 million followers on it. We do a lot of good work. We have a huge, huge following, far superior of whatever this gentleman has. And we utilize that for our benefit. And um, I can't allow one little guy with no following to threaten me or intimidate me. So we're not going to. And I keep getting brought back into that conversation, don't I? So I'm just going to have to ixnay any more conversations. Guys, I don't want to talk about the crazy guy in Texas. I really don't care what he's doing or anything about his time. I hope he goes there. I hope he, has fun doing whatever, hanging out in trees and, you know, doing whatever he's doing. I don't even know what he's doing. Apparently he wants to shoot me. So, let him do whatever he has to do. And just for just so you know, if this case didn't come before us, we would be going out there right now. We would be out there ourselves. However, and we had law enforcement. Law enforcement would be with us while we were out there, and they would make sure that we were safe from any threats. And of course, my friend Jonathan Riches, knowing the governor, we've already had that basis covered too. So we made sure that even if the police and sheriff did not want to protect us, we had the pressure element. So they would be required and forced to almost to protect us so that nothing happened to us, because there's nothing that could get them in legal jeopardy and get them sued out the wazoo. And knowing that there's a legitimate threat and they failed to protect social media influencers. So they would be sued out the wazoo, literally sued out the wazoo for millions of dollars. And that's not something that they want to put themselves into. So we would be well protected. I can promise you that. No. Actually, that might be the new date, to be honest with you. That might be the new date that we end up going out there. This is a crime. Okay, what we're doing is not a crime, and this would be a crime. Okay, this would be assault and battery, among other crimes. So if they would like to do that, they are more than welcome to do that, but we will be there with law enforcement. And I promise you, everybody will be going to jail. They will have their little Huckleberry Finn jail filled with people if necessary. And if necessary, the state police will get involved. Like I said, our bases are covered. Our bases are covered. I had a technical glitch. My computer, I don't know what's going on. Ever since I got back from Moab and Southwest dropped this computer, it gets glitchy. So I got to go back up here. I was halfway through. First of all, Wendy, you were not one of our donors. So, you have no right or authority to tell me what to do. First and foremost. Secondly, my donors are perfectly fine with me using the less than $200 that we were raised for a later date. So I appreciate your concern. But unless you are my donor, and anybody that is my donor, if you guys want your money back, let me know. I'll be happy to give it back to you, or we can just move it straightforward. That's just how it works. So, Wendy, I don't think you're even a friend of mine or a donor of mine. So, I would really appreciate you getting off my page. As a matter of fact, I'll just make it easy for you. There. Now you won't see me again. Yes, I need mods. They're trolling because I think it's that crazy guy in Texas. I think he's got friends that he's sent over here to my page. I really don't care about them. If anybody gets I'll just block them. I don't have no problem with it. I don't have time for their stuff. We deal with legitimate cases. We deal with legitimate cases in people's lives, and if they want to interfere with that, shame on them. We do God's work. Obviously, they're a distraction, and they can do whatever they need to do. But we will deal with them. We will deal with them as. All right, we're just going to keep going down here and just blocking users. Thank you. Yes. First of all, no, we didn't lie about Benny having a gun. We actually have a photo of him with a rifle, a legitimate photo with Benny holding a rifle, which is against and a violation of his parole. He's a felon. He's not allowed to be in contact with any guns, and he was. So you guys are not going to sit here and hijack my program over Benny. Get off. And I'm going to block each and every one of you. And you guys only have 2,100 people, so it's going to be easy for me to do. Wow, we do have a lot of people on here that's just trying to hijack this. So let me just go through here. All right, let's just go through here. Guys, you're going to have to give me a second. I got to kick all these lame people out of here. They're eventually they'll have to go away. The people that did not donate, first of all, I only had about 7 donors, and the people that did not donate the money, you have no business discussing what my relation to them is and what I'm doing with their funds. That's none of your business. They are on here. They watch me. They trust me. They believe in me. And they donated it to Summer Wells. 100% of the money that's collected for Summer Wells goes to Summer Wells and goes to our traveling expenses. They understand the legitimate threat. They see you guys all on here trying to attack me when you have no idea. Do you think they really care? Do you think they really care? As long as I go there and do my job, that's all they care about. And that's exactly what I plan to do. So, sorry guys for them coming out and hijacking the comments. Just ignore them. Don't argue with them. They're not worth your time. Just like this crazed maniac from Texas is not worth my time. I actually find it very comical that he's wasting his followers' money and wasting his time, but that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't understand. This is the kind of work we do. Everybody knows when you do this kind of work, things happen. Things happen on a drop of the dime that can change the whole trajectory of your timeline. We've got to go and focus on what we can help with right now. We're going to go out to Summer. We're going to go see her. But this lady right here has been missing since 11/29. She could still be alive. She could still be alive. It's highly not probable, but it's still, this is 2 hours away from my house. 2 hours away from my house. She needs, and her family have begged us for our help. We went out there. We're helping. For those of you that donate, I know you guys know that I'm trustworthy and will be using that money for my traveling expenses to Tennessee. We're just not. Okay, hope and pray. I hope and pray Don goes. Well, I don't think everybody's saying I hope and pray Don goes to prison. Listen, guys, I don't even think Don was home at the time his child went missing. And that's why I changed my focus from Don to Candace and Grandis. Like, I want to know what they have to say, because Don wasn't there. I don't understand why he is in front of the camera speaking on behalf of his family when he really doesn't know what happened that day. He was not there. We need to speak with Candace and Grandis, right? They were the ones that were there. Those are the people that I hope will come out and come forward and speak to us. We do have some tough questions, but if you've got nothing to hide, the truth is always the truth. And I'm hopeful that they're honest. We can tell whether somebody's lying to us and not or not. So hopefully they're honest with us, and we can come back and tell all you folks, look, we need to start changing our avenues. This does, their story makes sense. This, we need to be looking for Summers, in a different location or with a different person. I mean, I'm hoping that I can come back and say nothing's worse than thinking that parents did something to their own child, or a grandmother and a mom. I would love to say, otherwise. I mean, I have a mom that I love, that loves me and took very good care of me. But, in this crazy world, that's not always the case, especially when drugs or alcohol are involved. And there is a clear, element there of drugs and alcohol, a clear element of drugs and alcohol. And so it just makes it a little uncomfortable. So we just need to get back focused to our thing. So let me just go through here. I need to kick whoever's in here. Now, they have nothing better to do with their time but spend money, just waste their own money that could be going toward their family, their bills, their kids, and their food on a crazed maniac from Texas. So okay. Yeah, I still got to figure out the whole mod situation, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm new to this whole StreamYard thing, so I just got to sit down and research it. I've been so busy, I haven't had an opportunity. As you know, I'm actually working cases. I'm not mocking people. And I just wish, and the crazed man, a man from Texas, I really wish that he would get out and start helping in his community. And actually, I really do. I really think if he directed some of that energy from mocking people that are actually doing good work and actually went out there to do good work himself and really investigate and get in the woods and get dirty and get muddy and go out and stand out in 98-degree weather for, 10 to 12 hours a day, get blistered and stuff like that. I really think if he could refocus some of his energy on doing positive and right things, he would be an unstoppable man. But right now he's a joke. I mean, that's why his viewership is so low. I mean, he's got to, and I don't like hijacking. I'm just saying that truly from the bottom of my heart. I really think he could do a lot better going out there and really helping people. What he's doing is causing, making entertainment. He's not really helping anyone. And so I hope that his followers that are on here that are following me go back and tell him that. He could really be taking that money you guys are giving him and really propelling himself to the next level and helping missing people. Going out there, finding answers, asking the right questions, doing something, doing an actual service instead of disservice. So a lot of his followers don't like me because of stuff he said. He's never even talked to me. He has never even followed me. He has no idea who I am or what I am. It's sad. It's sad that somebody can manipulate such a scenario like this and not even know anybody. It's all for hype. It was all for hype, all for viewers, and all for money. And it's sad. It's sad. What we do is handle these cases. It's real cases, real people. I mean, this poor girl is missing. This poor girl is missing. Right here. Right here. Come help me find her. Come help me find her. Come do some good. Come out in the swamp with me and help me find her. It's heartbreaking. It really is. It's just heartbreaking. And that's what people don't understand. We have a constitutional right to be there. It's protected by our First Amendment, the U.S. Constitution. That means that Tennessee can't trump the U.S. Constitution. So a lot of people don't understand that. And we will be doing it. We were doing it in front of Colin's house. We deal with law enforcement all the time when we do these peaceful protests, and we will continue to do that. Okay. Luca Vega, I'm blocking you. If that wasn't for me, it's criminal. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I do not. Actually, I'll place you in timeout until you straighten up your thing. It's not criminal. Nothing we do is criminal. We deal with law enforcement every single time we go out to these things. If what we were doing was a criminal act, we would be in jail. We are not in jail. We actually have the blessing of the officers in most cases. So timeout for you. Hopefully you can change your attitude. They sure are hijacking my page. It's okay. We'll get them. The good news is a podcast like this kind of brings them out of the woodwork, so it's easy to follow them, and then we can just block them. So we're just you guys just stay with me, and we'll just keep going through here. We're getting through them. Oh, damage goods. Hey, girl. So I don't have mods. I don't even know how to set them up. You're going to have to show me. So, You can call me, you know my number. Just call me and show me how to get this all set up. But yeah. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. And it's getting my viewing hours up so I can get this finish up, I got goals for this page. So thank you for all the trolls on here. You guys are bringing my viewership and my viewer hours up. So I do appreciate all of the help you're doing to help build my channel. I appreciate it so much. Mhm. Damaged kids, I love you. Thank you for being here. My boy, my boy. There's my girl. I love you guys. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to show me white boy and damaged goods. You guys are gonna have to show me how to add them because it'd be so much easier because this is getting hard, especially having as many viewers in here. I usually don't have it, but I'm gonna let them ride out because we're just gonna keep moving, and we're not going to worry about it. Thank you, white boy. Thank you, damaged goods. I love you guys. You guys are that's part of the team right there. It's part of the team. Problem is once even if they did meet us, I doubt they'd do anything. Would have so much law enforcement. I think they would. They're doing themselves a disservice. They're causing additional chaos to Dawn and Candace, even if, especially if they're completely innocent. They're bringing a whole element that doesn't need to be there during us being there. They're just wanting to have their face on camera. They're just wanting to do stuff for ratings, and it's just sad that they're doing this at the expense of a 5-year-old girl. And shame on them. We'll get back to Kathleen in a few moments. I just got to clean out these comments. Well, white boy, are you on here now? Do you want me to drop you a link? You want to come on and what do you want to do here? Let me know. I'll drop the link. Hold on a second. Let me figure out how to do that too. I know nothing. Okay, invite. There we go. There we go. We're dropping the link. I'm on my friend. So I think I'm going to go back here. Yeah, I've been blocking them. Aya. So yeah, now I'm blocking them as I see them. Hey, Star Girl. Thank you. Thank you. And actually, to be honest with you, Don Wells has come out and said the same thing. He actually welcomed us to come out there. That's why I don't understand where Benny's issue is coming from. He has welcomed us. Oh, here we go. Damaged goods. Hey, baby girl.
What's up, darling? Where's all these shit talkers at now?
Yeah, I'm blocking them. That's what's taking this thing so long. We're supposed to be talking about something, which we'll get back to. I mean, I'm on an hour and 16 minutes. I got nothing but time. I'm back home now. We watched Colin drive off this morning.
Right.
And yeah, so the poor girl's missing. She's presumed dead. I talked to her biological family. They're kind of preparing themselves for the worst right now in this case. And these people in here that I'm clearing out right now. White boy, let me bring you in. Let me see if I can bring. Yeah, I think I can bring all three.
I don't know if he's able to come on because he's working.
There he is.
Sweet, hey baby. Ashley, oh my God, come get your fucking jaw broke, bitch. Come see me, please. Come see me.
Where's Ashley?
Ashley fucking Banfield wannabe.
Oh.
I'm working on my tickets right now. I got you on my cell phone.
I got my. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Working on tickets, man. Go. You know what I mean. So I want to let you know that we're trying to get it right now. So hopefully we'll meet you out there. Call us when you're off here. It's funny.
I'll call you guys after this and let you know what dates we are planning to go. But as you know, we're fighting for Kathleen Moore. She's missing. The last place she was seen was at her. They call him her boyfriend, but he really wasn't. She was more into him than he was into her. They had a fling for the last 3 years, just a sex thing. And he's been very violent with her in the past. And they had a really bad, brutalizing night, the 28th into the morning of the 29th, November 29th. And she's never been seen from since. And he's trying to say that he's innocent. So.
Yeah. All right. I just let you know. We'll be out there with you. All right.
Yeah. You get back to work, and I'll sit here and talk to Damaged Goods, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out everything now. I need to make sure that we get there right around the time that you're there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll give you guys a call when we're off this live, and we'll work out the details. As where we've got we have several people that will be
after
there.
After Tennessee, I gotta go to Texas. So
more ground we can cover.
Yeah, I got a little affair to do in Texas, man. So I'll get with y'all. I gotta work. Much love.
Peace out.
So he sends his minions in here, but what is he out there wearing a skirt and panties, letting everybody fight for him? I mean, come on, Benny Boo Boo, where you at, Benny?
Well, I think what they're upset about is apparently some people, I guess they funded him pretty well to go out there, and
he's gonna shoot it up. Yeah, he's gonna go right up his damn nose.
Yeah, and then we have this new case that came out, which is it's a new case, so and it's 2 hours from the house. Well, you guys know. It's just it's about 3 hours for you guys. I know it's a long way for you guys.
Yeah,
as well. So, but she, we were out there in the swamps and bushes and everything else, looking for her. To be honest with you, we weren't looking for her to be alive. Obviously, we're in the swamps and we're looking for disturbed ground. If that tells you what we were out there looking for, but since a lot of these items popped up around Colin's home, within walking distance, nonetheless, of Colin's home.
Absolutely.
It makes us think that, we don't think he's sophisticated enough to have moved her too far, because who's going to be driving around with a body in their vehicle? He had to go someplace close to his home to dispose of her. But there's an awful lot of fields and wooded areas around his house. I mean, a lot. And it's just like, we're starting at, ground zero, and we have to work out. So we have to go from the closest places to his home and work out. That's how it has to be conducted. So literally right behind his home. Let me see if I can pull up a map here and I'll show you. let's see, what was his address? I know it's Carmel Avenue. Carmel Ave. And you guys have to show me how to add mods in here because I there's been a lot of people that want to mod and I haven't had time to look into it at all.
Yeah, it's not hard. I'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah, because they could really be helping me quite a bit. Let me just go back here. Hold on. Shit. I hate when I do that. Carmel. I think this is, yeah, that's his house. Great. So let me get this up on map and then let me do the bird's eye if I can. How do I change the layers? Okay. So let me, is that the right one? Go in here. Sorry, it's going to take me a little bit to find him. This is not right. Let's go back over here. That is his home. Or is it that one next to it? But let me just pull this. I'll just pull this up real quick. Give me just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Let me share my screen and I'll show you all the. Now, if I go down, it's so see, look, I mean, we have like all this, everything. It's all trees. You know, there's a lot of wooded areas in and around the location of the house. So we were directly behind the house in a swampy area. And it was actually, it's this, I got the wrong address. It's this over here. This is the area right here, right there. That's behind his house. I think it's 74. I think it's 70-40.
Oh my God. Let me call you I'll be right back. Matt's calling me.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
So for all the folks out there, this is the area right here, Down Creek Drive. There's the Anclote River right here. We searched all that and all this here. So up here, if I can move it back, here's the Walgreens. If you guys can see, so his house is right about here. I've got the wrong address, so don't look at the pen over here. It's not that one. It's like right here. And this is the area that we were searching yesterday. All this area right here is a swamp. It's water. And here's the Walgreens in the dumpster where they found the cell phone in a Walgreens bag in the dumpster in the back. Now, right here and right here, we were at right here and right here searching yesterday. We were searching with the family. This is where we found the hand ties and the clothing was in this area here. So there is a lot going on with this case. This woman is in close proximity to this. What does this say? Luca was talking about. Okay, so thank you. I will have to go and if he comes back in here, he'll be blocked as well. Trina, I will be getting some mods for this thing in light of this whole chaos that happened. Mm-hmm. Okay. Get these people out of here. I'll have to go back through here. I'm just going to keep you guys. I'm going to keep you guys on here because I'm going to continue to go back through all these comments and make sure that we have everybody blocked that needs to be blocked. We'll let them make new accounts. We'll just keep blocking them as they come back on. Okay, so I think we got through the majority of them. Okay. So guilty until proven innocent. Let me, I think I already blocked him, but let me just make sure he's out of here. We will see. We will see. Yeah, I think I got him. I think I got him, guys. I know I don't have all of them, but I know there's some just watching and, being a, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think we got most of them. I'm sure there's still some sleepers in here, and I really don't care, but we got the majority of them, and we'll monitor them. It's sad. It's sad. We're going out there to help try to find a 5-year-old girl, and they're threatening women and trying to prevent help from finding a 5-year-old girl. So that's on them. That's not on us. At any rate, we're going to get back to the case at hand. Case at hand is Kathleen Moore. Kathleen Moore, I think they're just upset. Just a little tidbit. I think they're just really, truly upset that they just wasted their money and their time, and they're realizing that. I need an exterminator. Can somebody help me, please? Exterminator, exterminator. Okay, so guilty until proven innocent is now blocked. I did find him. I am so sorry to hear that, Michelle. Nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should ever, ever, ever have to go through that. We need to find these victims, whatever state that they're in, we always hope that we can find them alive. But when you have domestic relations and issues come in, it causes a whole world of problems. It causes truly a whole world of problems. And it's just really, really sad. But many know statistics don't lie. It's the law of large numbers. And statistically, when somebody goes missing, it's typically somebody that they know, somebody very close to them. There are outliers in that. Of course, other people can, but when you look at all the facts of the case, it makes a clear determination what's going on. Okay, is Nina there too? Yes, we need mods, honey. Thumbs up, folks. Yes, Lisa, thank you. Voice for the voiceless. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. I'm going to trust White Boy Lockdown Radio and Damaged Goods. They're personal friends of mine. I'm going to, have them show me how to mod this. moving forward. Star Girl, I'd love to have you mod. I'm just going to, but I, at this point, need to find people that I truly trust. And that's what we need to do. A lot of you guys, I see you in here long before this Wells case came up. So I know who you guys are. And I just want to let people know, it's sad because the family, Kathleen Moore's family, comes here and watches. So not only are you distracting from helping find a 5-year-old girl, you're also distracting from a poor woman that's been missing for 7 days now. And it's sad. It shows me you don't care. You truly don't care. You don't care about anybody but yourself. And you're very selfish. People are here to try to do good work and do the right thing. And it shows the evil in the world, and you're part of that evil. So, if you guys want to help and benefit somebody, you can. I would suggest maybe you taking some of that energy that he's riled up in you and use it for the good instead of the bad. He constantly just does that. I don't know why, but hey, you know what? You guys are followers. You guys are the sheep being led astray and being led to slaughter. So, you guys keep supporting him. Keep emptying your bank accounts so he can smoke pot. Yeah, and at this point, yeah, we need cadaver dogs. We need cadaver dogs for Kathleen Moore too. I'd like to see some cadaver dogs in those areas in and around Colin's home. I really do believe that she is nearby. I believe she is nearby. Kathleen Moore, again, just to bring everybody up to speed, is a young Black woman that she has had a past. She has had a past, and it looked like she was cleaning up and she was doing good. She had a steady job. She had been out of trouble for several years. Obviously there was still an alcohol and possibly a drug element still involved in her life. And her and Colin were out, drinking and having a good time. He was obviously way, way intoxicated, and so was she. And things just got carried away and inside their home, so much so that she called her friends on FaceTime around 1 a.m. and said that she needed to get out of there. I have not confirmed with her friends whether she acknowledged the Uber or if he just told the police that. That is the unclear aspect of this. And that is the crux of this. Did she get in an Uber and leave? Did an Uber come to that house? Because if the Uber was never ordered, that is a lie. If the Uber was ordered and she never got into the Uber, or he walked out and said that she took off on foot, again, that is very telling. We know something happened. He's a big guy. He has a very violent past. He has been convicted of domestic battery. He has been arrested for drugs and alcohol. And that's Colin Knapp that I'm speaking of. He is a mean-looking guy, and he's got a rap sheet a mile long of violence, drugs, and alcohol. Violence, drugs, and alcohol. And because he's abused her in the past, and I also found out that she had been pregnant twice and miscarried, and they believe the reason why she miscarried is due to him beating her. So it is really sad. And Diane said when they were over on Thanksgiving, she had a bruise on the top of her head. And so the violence in that household, it sounded to me like Kat liked him, or she may even have loved him. I'm not sure. I just know she was more into him than he was into her. And yeah, it was the stability he provided. He had a job, plus he had a lawn care situation going on. And, she liked the stability. He had a home, and I don't know what her childhood life was like, but, it just seemed like she really longed for that security. So, and it doesn't matter. And I don't never, ever want to victim shame a victim. I never want to do that. I do have to tell and share some of their background, but I never want to victim shame. There is nothing that this woman had or could have ever done to deserve being harmed in any way. And I just want to make sure that we are clear on that. For anybody, just because you have a past, just because you've done some things wrong, does not mean people have a right to hurt you with that. They do not have a right to hurt you because of that. If you don't like somebody or you're in a violent situation, it's time to get out, guys, because we just got done dealing with Gabby Petito. And now here we are dealing with Kathleen Moore, not even a few months later. And it's sad. Everybody keeps thinking that when they're getting beat by these guys, that it's not going to turn deadly. Neither one of these men ever thought of themselves as murderers, yet here we are. Things go too far. Things go too far. If you're in a violent relationship, you have got to get out, because you never know when it's going to go too far. It's not fair to your friends. It's not fair to your family. If you can't love yourself enough right now, try to find the love for your children or the love for your parents, and use that as a way to help free yourself from these domestic violence situations. Nothing, no material or monetary things that you have in your life are worth it. You can get it all back. I promise you. I did. Walk away. Literally walk away. Walk away with the clothes on your back if that is what you must do. I promise you, we will help you get everything back plus more. It is not worth it. Find a way to be happy, but you can't just walk away. You got to start fixing the mental illness that goes along with domestic violence, because it's not just about that person. It's about that type of person that you're constantly attracted to. And you got to start noticing the signs early on, so you don't allow your heart to get attached when moving on. You gotta do something, folks. You gotta do something. If you're in a violent relationship, please reach out to me. I'm happy to give you resources. I have contacts in all 50 states. I want you to be safe. I want you to live to see tomorrow. I really do. These domestic violence cases are the hardest cases, because these folks are killed by somebody that they loved and somebody that they trusted. And, we got to put an end to domestic violence. Domestic violence, it crosses political lines. It crosses ethnicities. It crosses religions. This is something everybody in every walk of life has dealt with or knows somebody that has dealt with it. It is that prevalent, yet it is so secretive. These people look like they have a normal life, and they don't. And you got to start, preparing yourself and educating yourself on the telltale signs. A lot of these people, I can tell you that I always painted on a happy face and acted like nothing was wrong. Even when I went to jail for my abusers, I got out in time to get myself home, showered, and to work. Nobody ever knew. Nobody ever knew. They never knew the beats. They never knew the beatings. I got hit in my face sometimes, but most of the time it was other parts of my body. I was able to cover them up, cover the bruises up. I was able to hide it very well. I became a master of manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to hide it. I had to deceive so many people to hide this deep, dark secret of the abuse. And, the best thing you can do for yourself is no longer be silent. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself is stop the silence. Let people know what's going on, because narcissistic behavior, once exposed, has to do a lot of damage control. You know what I'm saying? And if you want it to stop, you expose it. So please, folks, please start exposing your violence. If there's violence, please, please, please start exposing it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go into footage. You guys have been here through the whole, I think we did very, very good, guys. I really do. I think we did very good on dealing with the chaos that came in here. And like I said, I believe it had a lot to do with the fact that, this guy, this crazed maniac from Texas, raised a lot of money and, is wasting a lot of his money and time and his donors' money and time on something for clicks. He was talking, all he's doing this for is clickbait. And we all know it. We were out there to try to help find a 5-year-old girl, and he's trying to strum up as much chaos as he can in spite of that little girl. And that's sick. He could be out there helping, and we could have been joining forces to find to help find Summer. And he chose not to. He chose clickbait and chaos over help. And there's a 5-year-old girl's life in limbo while he's doing all this nonsense. And we will be going out there. We will not, probably notifying anybody of the date and times in which we are going, just for the simple fact of security. This is a crazed maniac. He deserves to be locked up in jail as far as I'm concerned. So I appreciate everybody's patience while we weeded it out, but we had to do that in order to find out who's who in the chat. So, but we will be getting that information to you. I have reached out to some of the donors. I haven't reached out to all the donors. So we are, in the process of doing that. Everyone so far has told me to apply that money for our future dates. So that's what we are going to be doing. Okay, so I'm back way back up here. Hold on, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I love you, Marissa. You're awesome. So I'm about 17 minutes behind the comments for all the folks that are still in here. 17 minutes behind the comments. We are working through the comments right now. So we're just going to keep, if you guys like this, please share my page and just keep moving through. We're really hopeful that, so Colin, actually, let's just go through some of the videos here. I'm going to put my screen back up. We're going to go through some of the videos. Oh, shoot, I missed that one. Which one was that one? Oh, crap. When I went down, it lost all my videos. I had them tagged. So we're just going to go through Jonathan's page, Troy's page, because he has, there we go. But I try to go in order of this stuff so you guys can see what happened. So we were actually out in the swamp yesterday. This was, just try to see if I got anything newer. Yeah, we had sheriffs there yesterday. We were talking with them about like I said, we always involve the police. So this is Colin. This is Colin right here. This is his roommate. I believe his name is what is his name? His name is Escobar. This gentleman here, we have a video of him talking to us. He seemed very sympathetic, very empathetic to the family. This guy has been duck bob weaving and hiding from everyone. He is a nasty guy, a lot of domestic violence and drug issues. And you can see he doesn't look like he plays around. You know what I'm saying? He's a dangerous guy. And, I hate having to keep constantly making laws because of one person, but it makes it hard not to, it makes it very hard not to want to have tougher laws. But it's not fair that one person does this and everybody else that's not that bad, that it wasn't this serious on, has to deal with it. So this is one of our sheriffs that were out there with us yesterday. We were peacefully protesting. Colin called the law on us. The law, gave us thumbs up. It's our constitutional right to be there. They just told us, where we had to park our vehicles and what we were allowed to do, and that's perfectly fine. They can't, outside of certain requirements, they can't stop us from peacefully protesting anywhere in the United States, folks. So just to fill you guys in, anywhere in the United States, we're good to go. We were out.
Kathleen, we're all right. So I am with the family of Kathleen. We're out here. This is
and just to let you know, that's what they approached us and told us they were. We came to find out
Kathleen Moore's mom is out there handing out flyers. Neighbors have come out, hand out flyers. Where is Kathleen Moore? Where is Kathleen Moore? Someone knows something. Please, if you're in the Newport Richey area and you've seen anything around 54 and 7 Springs Road, that's the Walgreens there. Her phone was found in the dumpster there. We're out here. We're out here trying to find Kathleen, bring her back to her mom. Bring her back to her mom. Justice for Kathleen and her family.
So we're definitely, on the hunt for her. We're working very hard. We're in contact with her family. This is another neighbor that decided to come and help us in our search. Come on, mouse.
All right, so this is the Anclote River.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this rises.
It does
all the way
rise.
over there.
Okay. We'll go down here and take a look. Watch your step, guys. Yeah, watch your step. I see a bike. So it hasn't rained since last week, really, has it? No. So when like, no. Only when it gets like raining all the time. Is this enough current to if her body was thrown in there to go downstream? It looks too shallow.
It's too shallow. I can tell you that. It's way too shallow. She would just stick. She would just stick it.
Where's Kathleen Moore?
Keep my nose open up here. And this here was behind, that's Colin's house right there. And all this over here is just swampy water. We couldn't get back there. All this here is all briars. They have pokey things all over them. But we went out there, we were searching. There's the swamp type area behind his house. We need to get back there. We need to find out because that's directly behind his house. That would be the prime location we feel that she might be. Let's see what this is.
So I am out in the Newport Richey area. Good morning. So I am out in the Newport Richey area. I'm going to be searching woods and along the Anclote River for Kathleen Moore, who was missing.
I just said a prayer, right? So I said a prayer while I was driving, and I want God to help me find Kathleen and bring her back to her family, bring closure. And I'm out there documenting me searching for people. I don't do it for clout. I don't do it for internet likes or to be famous. I just want to make a difference, right? Because I've made past mistakes, and I vowed to myself that moving forward after my mistakes, I'm going to do selfless acts, right, and help others, and that's what I try to do, and I try to document what I'm doing to inspire others that made mistakes like myself to give them courage and lifting, saying you too can go out there and make a difference, right? This family needs closure. Kathleen's family needs closure. It's a missing person. So I'm just doing my duty to go help a family I do not know, but it's just I want to help and I want to make a difference. And it's good for my own self motivation too. It's good. It's making me a better person. It's making my character better too. So I have faith in God, and we will find Kathleen, bring closure to her family, and hold the people responsible so they can face justice. Have a good day.
And now you guys know why I work with Jonathan. And I can tell you it's one of the best experiences. He's taught me a lot. He's been an investigative journalist for many years, and he's a breath of fresh air. He always has the right questions when I fumble and make mistakes. So, okay. I'm just going to be over here. Okay, I'm just going to take a pause here and get caught up on these comments. Hi, Quinny. I hope you're doing good. Trina, I as soon as I get with Noelle and Matt, I will get you on board because you're always in here in my stuff, and I trust and love you too. So there's a few people that I really know have been here from the beginning with me, and definitely, trust you guys a heck of a lot more than I just don't understand why this had to take place today, but I understand that they're a little butthurt that it was sad because here we are going on a case to help somebody that's missing, and they're so mad that they didn't get their clickbait, that they're coming in here and attacking people. It's really truly sad. So let's see what I had to say yesterday.
What's going on?
So we're in front of Colin Knapp's home. We're trying to seek justice for Kathleen Moore, which is presumed dead because of how long she's been missing, and no family, no friends, and her work has not heard from her. The last place she was known to be seen and to be seen alive was here at this location off Carmel Avenue. And we're just trying to seek justice. We're trying to find out what happened to her. We want to know why Colin Knapp is not concerned about the whereabouts of a friend of his. Everybody in the media is talking about them being boyfriend and girlfriend. We have confirmed that is not true. They do have a fling thing kind of going on, but they are not boyfriend and girlfriend. They are not together, and we want to know what happened. At some point in time, every person that lives in this house worked together at Applebee's, and we just want to know what happened. We really want to know what happened. What happened? If this was their friend, why are they not all out posting up signs, walking the neighborhood, asking anybody for questions, reaching out to the so-called Uber driver that supposedly picked her up, something? Why are they sitting, hiding in their house and not doing anything for their friend that they used to work side by side with?
So you saw Colin today, correct?
That is correct.
And what happened?
He something's just still not right with him. I don't know how to explain it. He didn't want to talk. He wanted to go hide. His roommate, Estebar, I believe is the gentleman's name, came out here. He looked like he was sympathetic to the situation. He looked like he was sympathetic to the family that's suffering. He really looked sincere. However, Colin didn't. Colin's face, his body language, everything about him just did not jive with him being a concerned person about one of his friends being, missing, and the last known address being last known place being this house right here, this address. And it's just a little concerning for me as to why he refuses to help and refuses to cooperate.
So how long will you be out here?
As long as it takes. So there you have it, folks. As long as it takes, and again, we're just trying to figure out why he hasn't been cooperating with law. And it just brings us back to, I don't even know how to explain it. It brings us back to, the Gabby Petito case, how they just silenced up. They were guilty. The whole family is guilty of some crime, whether it was after the fact, obstruction of justice, things of that nature. And here we go again with Kathleen Moore. Domestic violence is bad, guys. It really, really, truly is bad. And, we've got to put a stop to it. And there's no other way to put a stop to it than bring it up as much as we can. We have to end this domestic violence epidemic that we have in this country and around this world. Women do not deserve to be treated that way. It's sad, right? It's sad. And voice for the voiceless. Yes, this would be good. We're going to be monitoring the situation and, just seeing what we can, whether law enforcement decides to get off their duff and get dogs out there, because I think that patch of whatever is that whole greenery, that swampy area behind his house just seems like a prime place for Colin to dispose of a body. It would be in his comfort zone, his element. So I really, really, really would love for them to, get cadaver dogs out there. I mean, at this point, I don't think we're finding her alive. I know her family watches my lives. And again, the Moore family, I'm very, very sorry that, somebody hijacked my channel today, and we had to do some damage control here and move some people on. That wasn't fair to you, but it does happen in this social media world. Your family deserves answers. Kathleen Moore's life mattered. And we want to make sure that that's paramount here, that every victim that we deal with, their life mattered. Their life mattered. And they shouldn't be hijacked for clickbait. They should not be hijacked for clickbait. And I just wanted to give you my personal, it wasn't my fault that it happened, but I wanted to give you my sincerest apology that it did happen. I'm very sorry that there are disgusting people in this world. And, they don't care about anything but themselves. Here we try to bring answers. I can guarantee that we won't see people doing this kind of work out there in the field. They just don't. They like to sit behind the computer like I am right now and talk about stuff. But, we were out there looking for her all day yesterday, all day. I was out there again today. I got home, and the only reason why I came home is because I needed to get on here, get some information out to you and the family. And so here we are. I'm going to go ahead and move on to another video that was done yesterday.
Jonathan Rich's Original Media Group. Where is Kathleen Moore? Where is Kathleen Moore? I am in a vast amount of trees and brush directly behind the home of Colin Knapp, boyfriend of Kathleen. Kathleen was last seen with him on the 29th of November. Where's Kathleen? She's missing. But this is directly behind his house. Swamp. Swamps. Look. Swamps. It's a swamp back here.
is Kathleen back here? I only can go so far, but this is directly, his house is right over there. His house is right over there. This is directly behind his house. Has the authorities searched this area? It doesn't look like it. I don't see trails, footprints. I don't see anything. Could Kathleen be buried back here in the swamp? Because remember, her cell phone was found a few blocks that way at the Walgreens in the dumpster. So could they have dumped her body back here in the swamp, thinking no one would find her back here in the swamp? She could be back here. I'm out here. I only can go so far, but I encourage authorities to at least look. For Kathleen back here in back of the house, Carmel Avenue, Newport Richie. Kathleen, she could be back here. So I'm out here. I'm looking. It's a swampy area. I'm on dry land now. This side going towards east of his house in the back it's dry, but then right behind his house, which is over there, it starts to turn into swamps. And I'm not walking in that. I have shorts. I'm not walking in that. So where's Kathleen? Let's find her. Let's hold the people responsible and accountable and bring them to justice. God bless. Not here searching for Kathleen Moore. Keep her name in the spotlight. She must be found.
Sorry, I'm eating. Getting a little hungry. So,
Jonathan Rich's Original Media Group.
Sorry about
Where
that.
is Kathleen?
When I do this stuff myself, I have some digital issues. So please don't mind them. So we're just going to keep going. Just going to keep going. Okay, so here's the one. This is from today. I want to let you guys know this is from today. This is from this morning while we were out at in front of Colin Knapp's home. We heard the engine to his car crank up while we were out there. Good sandwich. Maybe I should go to the. So this is what happened. This was today.
Where's Kathleen? Her family wants to know where she's at. Hope you're not going on. A lot of explaining to do. Are we sleeping here right before 9 o'clock?
So that was this morning, guys. That was this morning. He was at the home. He was the only one there. If you recall yesterday when I reported from his home, the whole driveway there, let me put this back up. The whole driveway there was filled with vehicles. You had that Cadillac, which is his. You had a white Hummer. That white Hummer belonged to his roommate Escobar. And you had a dark colored, I think black or smoky gray Chevy Traverse, which is believed to be Angie. She is the one that has the children in that home. I am surprised when they went back there and Escobar and Colin were there, that this woman, Angie, actually left her children in that home, knowing that Colin could be potentially a murderer of another young woman. And she left her children in that home with him. I think that was absolutely, utterly disgusting. I would never risk my children's life, even if it was a friend that I thought if anybody goes missing, I'm not leaving my children with them, until you know all the facts. It is not worth my child's life. Like, what if he really did do it and the cops were coming for him? And now you have a hostage situation and your children are the hostages. She was not smart. She was not smart. And I hope Child Protective Services look into that, because she should have taken those children out of the home. She should have put them in. She should have family or somebody else, or called off work. She should have never left those children alone with Colin Knapp. That was the stupidest thing I have ever in my life heard. Stupidest. Okay, and this is from yesterday. Let's give you some of the content that we had. We got yesterday.
Where's Kathleen Moore? When's the last time you seen her? Saturday? You talked to the cops? What did they ask you? You're calling the police. Okay, so where's Kathleen, Colin? Why are you calling the police? Why aren't you out there looking for Kathleen? Where's Kathleen Moore?
Okay. So he can call the cops on us, but he can't go out and look for a woman, oops, wrong side, that disappeared from his home. And guess what? Cops didn't help him. Cops didn't help him. We were within our rights to be there, to do that. We have laws. We have rights. We have rights as press. We have rights as citizens. And they're constitutional rights, folks. Constitutional rights. Just going to go through here, and then we'll go to the final video before I sign off. We're going on 2 hours on here. Stargirl, the only interview that we have done is to the, well, I shouldn't say that. We interviewed the mom, or the friend that said she was mom, and her best friend / sister. She said she was a sister. She's not a blood sister. She's obviously a good friend. Again, they were out there helping us. So we interviewed them. We got them on interview. We got them on tape, but we have to parse stuff down. And you know, we can't just show everything, because some of that stuff is private information that people, you know, just to give you guys a little idea, when we interview people, we have to determine what portion of that interview we want to bring to the people, because some of that stuff is confidential. And in order for us to maintain our sources, we have to keep certain elements confidential. For example, when we were dealing with Kylan and Crystal in Moab, a lot of people are like, where are the interviews? Well, those take time. We still haven't even gotten them out, where we've decided that it needs to be a documentary type thing, but we haven't gotten those out because we have to change their voices. We have to obscure their face. So people don't know who they are, because they're giving us confidential information that they don't want out, or that could jeopardize their own safety. So we have to keep that as a top priority when dealing with any of these cases. And so we do a lot of interviews with a lot of people to get the information that we have. You know, we are not just, even though I got a tag name Bullhorn Betty, it doesn't mean that, you know, we don't do legitimate work. We definitely do legitimate work. And I want Bullhorn Betty to be a staple. When you know I'm on it, that it's going to be thoroughly done from front to back, top to bottom, inside and out. And, you know, that's what I want. When you think of Bullhorn Betty, you know, you're going to think of the bullhorn because of the laundry case. That was one tactic we had to use, because the parents were being so uncooperative, and the main suspect was on the loose. So I never want to pull out the bullhorn again if I don't have to. I'd rather do legitimate investigations, do legitimate interviews, and get the information out. However, if I think somebody's lying to me, And I think that a pressure campaign will work. I will apply the pressure. I will definitely apply the pressure. I don't care. If you don't want the pressure applied, don't lie to me. When you see me come to you and ask you questions, I want the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm not law enforcement. I can't put handcuffs on you. But don't lie to me. You won't like me. You'll get the bullhorn. Okay, let's see here. What we got? Yes, they should be able to tell us that, but they won't. They won't. It doesn't affect the integrity of their case. Well, actually, that's a lie. It wouldn't. Maybe the reason why they won't tell us is because it would affect the integrity of their case. And here's why. Is because once they have knowledge, once the perpetrator has knowledge that they know that the Uber driver never came or never ordered or came and didn't pick her up, then he has to change his story. And he can change his story to match the evidence. So here is going to be a situation where I believe the reason why they're withholding this information is because of the integrity of the investigation. And then on the flip side, let's say, Colin's innocent. I don't believe it. But let's say Colin is innocent. And she was picked up by the Uber driver. Right? Why would they tip off the Uber driver that they know that he could have potentially killed her? At this stage in the game, they would have kicked the Uber driver's door in before they kicked Colin's door in if she legitimately got in that Uber vehicle. So that tells me that she most likely never got an Uber, or she ordered the Uber never picked her up. Or he came to the house and she never came out. That's why that door was kicked in. They went into that house 6 hours. 6 hours. You know what I mean? 6 hours. You guys saw all those bags of stuff. Sorry for eating. It's getting late and I'm hungry. You guys love me. You guys don't have to deal.
When's the last time you seen her? Saturday?
Okay. Let me see if there's any more videos that I want to put up. Nope. There's one last one.
Shoddy investigation and evidence collection.
When it starts. I hate when these things auto start. It drives me nuts. It screws up my program. All right. Here. Now, I will tell you, I was thinking about whether I should run the whole tape, but I decided I'm not. I'm just going to take my TikTok thing I created, and my friends are like, you can't hear what she says. I don't want to hear what she says. The effects and the sound are up for a reason. So, but we do want to see what happened. So I'm going to put you on here and we're going to start. And guys, I'm going to tell you, this is going to give you chills.
Shoddy investigation and evidence collection processes followed. Sad. Hashtag Kathleen Mormont shows law enforcement where she found her daughter's clothes and rope that possibly bound her hands.
And she wouldn't have any lace.
Let me ask you something. Is it possible or someone else did it? Or she left there?
I was.
And I told her about my husband. I don't think they actually left the road. Cops didn't even take it, but if you take with you, I mean, you freaking tell me.
We're taking that.
This was over there.
All right, guys. Tell me that doesn't freak you out.
And a woman featured on our Missing in America series. She's been found safe.
Sorry about that. Just my I want to make sure everybody knows that that woman featured that I called the mother, that's how she introduced herself to us. We came to find out that was not Kathleen Moore's mother. That is a childhood friend's mother that has known Kathleen Moore since she was a child and felt, like her mother. I still think in a situation like this, portraying yourself as a mother, when Kathleen Moore has a mom, that is alive, that was, probably not the nicest thing to do, because it discredits and makes the biological family, feel non-existent. And that's not fair to them. They lost a daughter, a blood sister. And, it should be, we're good friends of her. She was just over here for Thanksgiving. Calling yourself mom and sister to media and to social media influencers was, I don't want to be disrespectful. They're nice people. And I know they were just trying to help. But I hope they can understand how disrespectful that was to Kathy Moore's real family. And I think they're great people. I mean, I just think that they love her so much that they felt like family. And, I've got several moms myself. I got my real mom. I love her dearly. But even Olivia's mom, I call mom. So, but whenever it's a death or a missing person, you don't want to be disrespectful to the family of the missing or dead. And while I don't think that was their intentions in the least bit, it caused a host of problems and a lot of hurt feelings. So I want to make sure everybody on here understands that lady was not Kathleen Moore's real mom. It was a childhood friend's mother that has known Kathleen for many years and that loved her. That was the woman that Kathleen and Colin went to for Thanksgiving. And she was also the lady that went and knocked on Colin's door yesterday and went in and spoke to him for a half hour. Again, I don't know what their conversation was. I know that when they came out, their body language also changed. It seems like they wanted to calm it down, but we don't. When we're involved, we handle the case as we see fit. We don't have people tell us how to feel or how to handle ourselves. We don't do that. We follow the case where it leads us. And every time we turn around, it leads us right back to Colin Knapp's home. And I think that's what the police were dealing with too, and why they were able to have the probable cause necessary to have a warrant executed for them to go inside that home and collect evidence. They can't just willy-nilly say and kick in your door and go and collect evidence. That's not how the legal system works anywhere, unless you're in a different country, but not here in America. You have to have probable cause. You have to have a judge sign off on a warrant. And they had some evidence. No other person in the county had to deal with that in connection with this case other than Colin Knapp. So, Colin Knapp obviously must not have given them permission to come in his house and search it. Because if he had given them permission, they wouldn't have broke his gate. He could have signed a piece of paper and had them come in and do whatever they needed to do, but he didn't do that. So I want you guys to think of that before you try to start saying he's innocent. If he had nothing to hide, he should have let them come in. He should have let them do whatever kind of investigation. He should have let them know at the very beginning. I waive any rights. You guys can come in here. I will sign off on letting you guys search anything in his house. Collect anything you guys want as long as it's returned to me after you're done with it. If you have nothing to hide, why not do that? There's no need for a raid of a house. They raided his house. If he was cooperating, they wouldn't have had to go to that extreme measure. In order for them to go to that extreme measure, they had to have probable cause. So I just want you guys to think about that. It took many years for me to be like this. Many years of being, cowardly, being silent, and it never worked, never worked for me. It just didn't. I can promise you now, where I sit, I will never ever allow a man to put their hands on me. I mean, I know self-defense now, right? I know how to stop them from breathing. I know the first thing you want to do is, if you can get them and hit them in their junk, you do that. If you can get them in their throat, you do that. Whatever you can do to stop them from coming after you, you do. And there's certain techniques you can use that can bring a huge man straight to his knees. So there will never be anybody that ever violates me again. I can promise you that. I mean, they'll have to shoot me or stick me with a knife or something like that. But I can guarantee you, they will never. I will never be injured again. I will never go through that. Like I said, it was not just getting out of the domestic. I was attracted to those type of men, so it wasn't just one man. It was every single guy that I was with. Always started out really good and always ended in abuse. Always ended in abuse. Always ended in me just being beaten. And I tell you, it wasn't just leaving the abuse. It was getting the head right. You got to get the head right. The head, when you're in when you go through domestic violence, it at some point it goes from you being sane to you being insane. You not being able, codependency, brain issue. All the things that go along with it. It wears you down mentally. So you've got to fix the brain problem. You got to know that you are worth something. You have to know that you have value. You have to know that you are loved. You have to know that you don't deserve this. Nothing you do, because they constantly tell you, if you didn't do this, if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have done it. You got to fix that. That's Stockholm syndrome. That you got to get help for that. It's not just about leaving the abusive person, because all you're going to do is go right back to an abusive person. He's just going to have a different face. So you've got to work on yourself. Think of it like this. For people that have been in an abusive relationship for 3 years, it took 3 years for you to get that beaten down. It's going to take you 6 years to undo those 3 years, and 3 more years to fix you back to where you should be. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. Okay. Know your worth. Know your worth. That's what we want to know. It's what we want to tell people. Yes, I agree with you, Jenny. This is a problem. I think women don't realize how valuable they are. They don't realize their worth. They have self-esteem issues. They have self-confidence issues. You should never, ever be jealous of the guy you're with, right? You should never, if you're feeling jealous or jealousy, that's not the relationship you should be in. Okay. If they feel jealous or jealousy, that's not the relationship they should be in. These are telltale signs of controlling behavior. You need to get out. You need to find somebody that you have all the confidence in the world that's going to be good to you and treat you right. If you don't feel that way, I mean, normal arguments are healthy in any kind of relationship. You're not going to have a relationship where there's no arguments, there's no disagreements. It's how those disagreements are handled. If those disagreements are, even sometimes screaming, having a yelling and a meltdown and crying, that's all healthy. People don't tell you that's healthy. That's normal. I mean, it is. We want, not all the time, but every now and again, it's normal. What's not normal is it being all the time. If you're that unhappy where you're crying more than you're smiling, it's time to go. And that's whether there's violence or not. It's time to go. I will tell you that for me, I even now I find, like, I don't know how much I want to say. So even now, when I see somebody, even in a casual, way, just go out for, bite to eat here and there, whatever. I can tell kind of what's going on. I read body language. I've been reading body language for years. It's a gift from being in the street and in the gutter. But when I start seeing signs that I don't like, or I start feeling like I'm in my head more than I'm not, it's time for me to start, not being rude or disrespectful or just burning down the bridge, but it's time for me to start taking a step back, just taking a step back. And I think, I'm a lot more guarded now than I have ever been. And it's sad. It's sad. I'd love to just go out, meet somebody in love with my whole heart and just everything be good, but it's just not that way. I'm very guarded and I'm so scared of being hurt. And it's like, I'm so scared of being hurt. It's easier to push away than to get involved. You know what I'm saying? So I still have to work on myself each and every day. I still have to work on, the trauma that I've experienced in my life. I still have to work on me. I still have to, read my devotional. I have one. I'm going to bring it to you guys. It's very good. Hold on. I'll be right back. The reason why I walked out of the room was because this is laying on my bed. I read this. It's called The Language of Letting Go. Okay. It's for codependency. And as I said, it's just, it gives you it breaks everything down by the days, you just turn to the day, you read it. And it's funny. I've been reading the same book for years. And it's like, every time I get to the date, you'd think that you'd memorize this stuff, year after year, but it's so funny because I think that's what I love about this. Right. Because and trust me, this is not a promo. I'm not promoting this book. Well, I'm promoting this book, but I'm not getting paid to promote this book in the least little bit of way. I've been literally reading this thing for years. I've had this. I don't even know how long I've had it. I mean, I've had it since, I want to say 2008. 2008 is 2021. And I've been reading it since then. It's like every time I get to a date, it always just tells me what I need. It always tells me what I need. And it's been amazing. And you would think that after all this time, you would kind of have it memorized. I'm telling you, every time I read a day, it's almost like reading it for the first time again. And it has a whole different meaning than it did the year before, 5 years before, 8 years before. It's really good. And there's also another book that I found very fascinating. And it's called The 5 Love Languages. For anybody that's having obviously nonviolent, but, relationship issues. It's the 5 love languages. So, it was a real great read. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. And, I don't know where the book is. I lost it. It's one of those things that you really should read yearly. It's very good. It kept my attention. It's not one of these boring reads, at least not for me. I don't want to say that for everybody or, paint a broad brush, sometimes the stuff's not, for everyone, but for me, it works. And, it helps me, find out more about myself as well as identifying, stuff about other people. It's called The 5 Love Languages. So I hope that you guys, again, I think you might be able just to do like the 5 Love Languages PDF or something. You might be able to find it online for free. I read that years ago, I think 2009, 2010. But it was a good book. And so I really want women, especially because even before I got into this Bullhorn Betty stuff, I was a political activist. Still am a political activist. I'm still involved in my local politics because I believe, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, it still starts at the ground level, and you need to be heard. You should go down and be heard. But I always tried to find women. I always tried to empower women. I've always tried to empower women because at one time I wasn't an empowered woman. Over the last, I want to say 5 years, and I started making my change, I want to say about 7 or 8 years ago, evolving, building myself to a different person than I was before because of my lifestyle and the things that I've done. even past getting clean and all that other stuff. But it was about 8 years ago that I had just, it was time. And I slowly, it was slower getting changed, rebuilding myself. And finally, about, I want to say 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago is when I just said, I need something new. I need, it's a almost a reinvention process, right? You reinvent yourself. You change your hair, you change your clothes, you change the way you talk. You change everything about you. It's time for you to be the woman that you've always wanted to be, but never had the courage to be. And that was the biggest thing that I had to learn, is that I had value. I had worth. I was smart. I was beautiful. I got scars on my face, from a rough life. And, it was hard getting past that, because for many years, all I saw was the scars. And, so there's a lot that I had, but you know what? I just had to overcome them. And I also, it was somebody that told me something, and it didn't resonate with me then. It took years for it to finally resonate for me. It was just planting the seed. And so I'm going to plant it for each and every one of you guys watching. The difference between an unsuccessful person and a successful person is being willing to do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. That's the difference. That's the difference. Pretty simple. Never understood it. Never understood it. And, as life went on, it was like, and the more I started talking with God, the more I started reading my Bible, the more I started, speaking to preachers and pastors and people, the more that came, and it always stuck to me. Like, what does that mean? And it was just getting out and doing, And you guys see that that's what I do. I get out and do. And, with some hate, I mean, we watched my whole channel blow up on the comments, but it didn't deter. I didn't shut this off. We addressed it. We addressed it classy, with character and integrity. It showed their character and integrity, not mine. Right. And so it's just learning that as long as you can push past it and keep going, that's what it's all about. Just keep going forward, because unsuccessful people hit a hurdle and they stop. When we hit a hurdle, we either jump over it or go around it. Take your pick. So I hope, with all this, all these sad stories we bring together, like Kathleen Moore, Summer Wells, Crystal Turner, Kylan Schulte, Gabby Petito. These are sad cases. These are not good cases, but we did have some positive cases, like Michaela Nelson was found. On Molly Golightly's page, we had the private eye go on there and tell us as soon as she was found. I was able to be the first one that posted that through Twitter and TikTok. So I was the first one that brought that before the news outlets did. That's working together. That's getting stuff out. But you know what? If I never pushed through, if I just crawled back into my shell and, did my 9-to-5 job, it wouldn't have been. So, it's just, we got to keep pushing through. You got to realize that the only difference between an unsuccessful person and a successful person, that means anything. Like, success can mean a multitude of things to individuals, whether it's monetary success, whether it's personal success, whether it's a spiritual success, mental success. It's all about doing what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. So if you guys can remember that, if I can just plant that little bit of seed in your body and in your mind, I'm hoping you can take with that what that means for you. But never let anybody snuff your light out. Never let anybody snuff your light out. Keep going, folks. Keep going. I'm sorry, Star Girl. I'm just now reading. I'm about an hour behind comments, so I apologize about that. Kitty May, yep. And mine was, but you know what, for me, 7 years for you, for me, it was basically a lifetime, because it didn't matter who I was with. I always seemed to find that abusive narcissist that I just fell in love with. And I got to tell you, it scares the crap out of you, because now it makes you wonder with everybody, are you making a mistake? Are you dating another narcissist? You got to have healthy boundaries and say that this is not what I'm willing to accept. And if somebody crosses those, you correct it and say, like, this is not what I'm willing to accept. And if you have to accept it again, cut it off. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Healthy boundaries. Look into that. You got to set healthy boundaries, and you got to learn the word no. And I'm a victim of that myself. I still am a people pleaser, and I've got to learn that word no, and just say this is not working. And no, I'm done. Like, I'm done. No, you can't do this to me. No, you can't have this. No, I will not do this. No. It's not the worst word in the world, guys. You got to understand, we're allowed to say no, and it's okay. It's perfectly fine. You're allowed to say no, folks. No. I think you guys need to go in the mirror and practice it. That's what I had to do. I'm still working on it. It's work in progress, but no. Best word in the world. It's going to be your new best friend. Sorry, guys, I'm going through here. Yeah, a lot of people that watch me, I understand we have all been abused one way or another. We're all a lot of survivors. I think that's why we all kind of gravitate toward each other and everything like that, is because, there's enough abuse. There's enough abuse in this chat that, probably some of us should be dead. I know I should have been dead. Probably more times than not. And I'm thankful I'm here, and why I do the work that I do is because, there's a reason why God left me here. There's a reason why God didn't take me. It was for me to do good things. And it took me a long time to realize that, but here I am. I heard his message, and I'm trying to do the best I can. So we'll just keep moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other. I can tell you, I ended up losing everything I had, and I have all this. I have a house, I got a car, I got food to eat, I got internet, I got lights, I've got water. God's good. I'm good. I'm good. So there is life. There's life after death, guys. Death being not the kind that we're dealing with our stuff. I'm talking about, death of a relationship, death of a job. There is life. There's life. And always remember, when bad things happen, look at the silver lining. Things happen for a reason. Say you got fired from your job. It's only for you to find the better job. It's only to give you the opportunity to find the better job. Your car breaks down. You're tight on money. It only finds look at the silver lining. What is that lesson teaching you? Maybe the lesson's teaching you that you need to, start putting, $5 a week aside. What's the lesson teaching you? Find the silver lining. Start learning from what you need to learn from. So, and Laura M, thank you. And love yourself. Love yourself. Trust yourself and pray, folks. Even I know some people. I talk about prayer, and I realize that I some people don't believe the way I believe. And, I have to respect that, because I am a liberty person. I believe everybody has the right to choose, and everybody has the right, to do the things that they want to do, believe in who they want to believe. But everybody has to believe in something. So whatever that something is you believe in, pray to that. Pray to that. Pray to the higher power in your life. And, let's not get caught up on the religious stuff or the God stuff and stuff like that. Whatever is your higher power, whether it's a flower, go pray to the flower. Something's got to bring you joy. Just find what it is and go for it. Who's on here talking about that jerk in Texas? I'm going through these things. I don't see anything about it. And nor do I want to. I thought I got them all out. So, hi, Skies. Let's look at this BC survivor. Maybe I missed it. Let's go find him. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, you know what? Why are you on my channel? I'm curious, BC survivor. If you're disappointed in this channel, that's okay. Just kick him off here. Go protect the criminals, BC survivor. Go protect the criminals. I don't care. I protect the victims. Done. Yes, UK Sharon. Yeah, they hijacked this thing. That's okay. And we're probably going to be high. This is not going to be the last time. Yes, Lynn Cook. Thank you. I got over 1,000. So we're getting through this. I'm still an hour behind my comments. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just getting here. I'm not sure how old Colin is, Sandy. I got to look into that. I don't have that information off the top of my head. 30 years old, huge criminal record. True crime, paranormal with Eve. Just responded an hour ago. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, Sandy, 30. He looks older. You're right. He does look older, but that's what happens when you have a rough life. That's what happens when you have a rough life. So, let me just go. Oh my gosh. Every time I go down, it jumps back up. I guess I got a lot. So I'm just going to go down to the bottom to the newest ones and work my way up from there. Holy crap. Man, I really missed you guys, didn't I? Just a reminder, set your chat to live, not top. I don't know what that means, but I'll have to get with you guys. Oh, damage. It's Colin. Colin Knapp. He's 30. He's 30. Yes, it's like a seafoam green. It's like a seafoam green star girl. Okay, let me go back to this one, read what it says. Just a reminder to set your chat to live, not top. Huh. I got a lot to learn. I know. I need to get some more coffee in me. I didn't drink coffee. I need some coffee. So shoot, I gotta go find this Sue Lee Gates. Let's go find her. Yeah, guys. Block. Anybody worried? All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going on 3 hours. I'm exhausted. I need to go. I don't know if Sue Lee Gate was part of the that army. Oh no, it's because I'm I don't think this has to do with the chats, to be honest with you, because excuse me. Because it's just because I'm by myself. I can't scroll through the chats, and I don't have a mod. I need to figure out how to set up moderators on here. So For typos. Okay. Nika, yes, I've said something about Molly. Molly's my friend. I spoke to her this morning. She's heading back from Tennessee. She should be in Pennsylvania this afternoon sometime. And we might be going live when she is. So, we're going to be going as a team, including Molly Golightly at a future date, because we got a new case that is very important, and we're going to stay here and monitor it. We expect some information to be coming forthcoming really soon, some crucial information on the missing person, Kathleen Moore, and we need to monitor here, and being all the way in Tennessee is just going to hinder that process and that investigation. So we will get the dates out to folks. We might withhold the dates from folks. I'm not sure yet. We're going to talk about it as a team, and we'll be sure to get back to you. I've spoken to most of the people that have donated the money, and they told me to utilize it for the future date because they realize the situation that's going on. And one, with Kathleen Moore, and two, with the drives me nuts. My computer, having some issues with my computer. No, I talked to Molly today on the phone. She said she was heading back. I mean, I know her schedule, and she is heading back and should be back in Pennsylvania. Actually, she might already be back by now. I spoke to her early this morning. So I know for a fact she's got to be, if she has not landed in Pennsylvania, she will be there very soon. So I don't know what her layovers or how many hours she was going to be, but she was at the airport when I spoke to her. So I know, she, tonight. Yeah, that might be an idea, Cassie. I might do that. No, true or lies. What had happened is we went to Moab, and I checked my bag with my computer in it through Southwest. I need to call them today, as a matter of fact. And they damaged the corner of my computer. So since they damaged the corner of my computer sometimes just goes on the fritz. It just drops, and I have to reset it and come back up. So if you guys see me just click off and it had the Bullhorn Betty sign there, that means that my computer went down. The only thing that seems to work is my cell phone. It doesn't have these kinds of problems. So, but we're wrapping this segment up anyways. We're going on 3 hours, and we had a lot of fun in here, though. It was pretty exciting with the opposition coming in here, and I'm sure there's still some sleeper cells in here watching me, because they know if they pipe up, I'm just going to block them. And I will continue to watch and monitor comments coming in and block those that are negative Nancy's. We don't need any of those. I don't need any Karens up in here. Go somewhere else with that garbage. This is for families and victims. And if you're not family victims or family of the victims, and you're not here to do good things and get good information, get out of here. We don't need you here. Taking away from some family suffering that we're trying to help, you're just a dirtbag, period. I'll say it, dirtbag. Go get your clickbait somewhere else. Quit trying to tie my name up so you can get followers. Go somewhere else with that BS. Go get your own followers by doing great things, not disgusting, deplorable things. If that was yesterday, then I can tell you she chose to go back, because I talked to her at the airport earlier today. I want to say it was around 10 o'clock this morning. So I don't know when she went on Tiffany's, but if it was 10 o'clock this morning or after 10 o'clock, then maybe she chose to stay. But when I talked to her at 10 o'clock, she was at the airport. Okay. Well, I'll give her a call and find out. Yeah, I'll give her a call. Oh, her flight. She can't get a flight into Pennsylvania. Okay. Well, then she must have found that out after she got to the airport. I'm telling you, she was at the airport when I spoke to her. She's in Tennessee. Okay. She might also be trying. I'm just saying, she might be trying to throw a monkey wrench and really waste somebody's time. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I can't tell you anything than what I know. And she was at an airport when I spoke to her. So if she's staying until Wednesday, she just must really want him to make his way all the way up there before he realizes there's nothing to see. Who knows? Michael Slater. Let me go find you. Golly, guys, why are you? Okay. All right, folks. Well, I will call her and find out what what she's doing. I'm not sure. When I spoke to her, maybe she did try to call me. I don't know. Let's just see if she did. I haven't. My ringer's off on my phone, because I'm on this this live. I mean, I keep it on the stand so I can see this stuff if it happens. Let me just go back. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's just... Oh, wow, I got 32 texts. Oh, she did try... Okay, so she did try... Oh, Jennifer, thank you. I saw that I got some... I got something from people in my... I don't know if it's my... Venmo but thank you guys. I see that some money came in. Thank you. I promise you I'll use it and make each of you proud. It doesn't go toward my light bill, doesn't go toward my insurance. I don't have a mortgage and I don't have a car payment, so my costs to live are pretty low. So all right, guys, well, I will definitely look into this and see what I can do. Can you try to mod, please? Okay, yeah, I've got to figure out what's going on here. I got to figure out this whole mod situation too. Well, Jess, that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. What you don't know behind the scenes and what is being said is totally different. We always make sure any team member is safe from harm. Again, safe from harm. She was in there doing some work because this case came up. She decided to push her date up, knowing that this crazed maniac from Texas was coming in. So she just modified her dates to keep herself safe. As you know, Molly's got security with her and is always safe. Safety is a top priority. It may not always be the top priority, but it's always a top priority. You know, we do have an element that we put ourselves in danger. You know, that kind of comes with the territory. You know, with this kind of work. We realize that, we understand that, and we accept that as part of the job qualifications and criteria. So she was supposed to come back. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about it because I thought she was in the plane and already heading back and already to safety. When I spoke on it, you know, it kind of makes me a little uncomfortable. She's still in Tennessee and now everybody knows she's in Tennessee. So yes, we are all going back together with the team. It's just that we needed some recon. We needed a recon mission. She accepted the challenge because we had to modify our trip itinerary. 1, because of this new case, and 2, because of the credible threat, and 3, because we had organized a police escort with us, you know, the whole time we're there. And with the element of this crazed guy coming in from Texas, it was figured out for all involved that it would be a great idea for us just to kind of, you know, shake it up a little bit. So they didn't know when we were coming in, and it would help protect law enforcement as well as us. So it's just something that we chose to do. And, you know, and it gives us an opportunity to focus on the major case at hand. So we are taking the safety precautions seriously. For those that are, you know, I know everybody's been concerned with our well-being. You know, we always figure it out, and we always come back safe. So I anticipate that when we do go to Tennessee, we will, you know, arrive there just fine. Nothing will happen, even though all the hype will probably still be going on, and we will be just fine, as we always are. So I don't believe Tennessee people are that deplorable and disgusting that they're going to try to shoot or maim unarmed people that are trying to find a 5-year-old girl. And if they do, they deserve to be locked, you know, behind bars and pay for their crimes. And so we will make sure that they're held accountable to the fullest extent of Tennessee law. And Tennessee law enforcement will be doing the same. You cannot threaten people or violate their rights, and they are there to serve and protect not just their citizens, but for people like us that are also taxpayers in that area. By way of purchasing hotels, purchasing gas, purchasing food. We are taxpayers. They are obligated to protect and serve us as well. And nothing would get them in more trouble than them knowing that we're coming there and they failed to keep us safe. Okay. We're down. He's got eyes in here. Keep the dates to yourselves. Yeah, we probably will. But again, you know, we do have people that donate to us, and we like to keep people up to date on that. And like I said, the donors understand exactly what's going on. It would have been more. I can honestly say it would have been more complicated had we got airfare, because, you know, Molly always gets the insurance. She can always change and cancel. You know, that's just with her stuff. We always go, you know, usually the cheapest route, which means that if we would have taken flights out of here to go to Tennessee versus driving, it would have really cost us a lot of money. And we would have still had to cancel the trip this week because of the new case. And it would have sucked, because we would have had to try to, you know, recollect all the money again to go. We would have lost it. So we were keeping the cost down by driving. So that helped. But we will be going. We will be going in the near future. I promise you. You guys will be seeing the fruits of our labor out there. We are going to investigate a 5-year-old's disappearance. We're going to allow the investigation to lead us wherever it leads us. We're not going to listen to one statement from one person and make our determination that you know, it's this situation or that situation. We do the investigation. We speculate and use our own common sense to formulate our opinions as to what we believe transpired. And we bring all that to you in such a way that you can make your own determination for what you believe transpired. All right. Well, if you're in Tennessee, we'll get in touch with you. We'll get in touch with you and, you know, plan that on a day that we're up there. I'd love to have a barbecue and have a great old time, you know, at least for one night. You know, this stuff is hard work. So we try to have a little bit of fun wherever we can kind of stick it, you know, and sometimes, you know, even up there, I got bashed because we pulled off to the side of the road for 5 minutes to enjoy the snow. And of course, our hater was like, "Oh, you're there working, and it looks like a vacation." It's like, what? Silliness, just silliness, just silliness. Kathleen's life matters. Thank you, Trina. Her life matters. She's a beautiful young Black woman that's been missing since November 29th. We need to find answers for her family. We need to bring her home. We need to reunite her with her family. We're going to go back out there. We're going to be hitting the streets. We are going to be doing a full-fledged investigation. We are going to be searching in the wooded areas for her. Voice for the voiceless, I will be getting a hold of you. We would like some volunteers with dogs. You know, if we can find volunteers with, you know, possible cadaver dogs, that would even be more amazing, because I think we're going to need them. I think that really, truly is the avenue we're going after for her. You know, we spoke to her family. You know, at this point, it's sad, but, you know, we want to keep hope. We want to keep hope, and we don't want to stop looking, because anything's possible, folks. Anything's possible. If anybody believes that it's me, it's just that we also have to put reality in check and, you know, proceed in, you know, we can't keep looking for an alive person and not bringing the resources out to look for somebody that may have met their demise, because there's different resources for both. We can be doing two different types of searches. We can be searching for her, hoping she's alive. We can also be searching for her, not hoping, but thinking that she met her demise. So we're covering all bases and leaving literally no stone unturned. So I would like to, I don't know who Skeezy's is. Oh, I mean, as you're talking about that whack job from, Texas. I don't know what Blessed Biker is saying. Who is lying? We know who. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Who's lying about what? Do you have information on Kathleen Moore's case? If you do, please let me know. You know, we're here trying to bring awareness and trying to get some information to her family. So if you know who's lying or you have information related to that, Blessed Biker, I'd really like to know. Aw, so sweet. So Molly said people here have really been nice to her. That's so sweet. You know, we all love Molly Golightly. She's a great friend. And she does, you know, she has some spunk. I love her. I love her personality. I love what she does. We have fun. I've been on her lives many times. She's obviously met me out at the laundry house, the dirty laundry house. She's a good woman. I'm not sure why people attack her so much. I think they're just jealous. They're jealous of her. You know, that other people like her. I mean, look at her channel. She's got so many subscribers on her channel. You don't get that way, you know, because people don't like you. You get that way because people like the content you're bringing forth. My channel is growing leaps and bounds, and it's specifically from the content I'm bringing. It's specifically because people see my heart and soul on here. They see that I actually, it's not all about this live stuff. You know, we go out in the field. We do real work. We really try to make a difference and help people. And, you know, hopefully that those, that work is rewarded by hopefully one day finding somebody that's actually alive and can be reunited with their family. The work we do is emotional. It's grim. It's most 99% of the time it doesn't end good for the families, and it's just sad. It's just sad. Oh, good. Oh, are you saying people have been friendly there in Tennessee? Molly's saying yeah, that's what everybody painted this bad picture for Moab, Utah. We were kind of a little worried going there. And when we got there, people were really friendly, and we were told that nobody would open up to us and talk to us. And I've always said, once people see us and see we're really there to help, and they get the vibe from us that we're really there to help, and they will open up. And Moab did not disappoint me. We got so much information, but and not everybody was forthcoming right away. But when they really saw that we were there to help, truly help, they wanted to be a part of that help. And I really believe when we do eventually make it to Tennessee, I believe we're going to be met with the same thing, because this is a 5-year-old girl. Who would not want to help find a 5-year-old girl? Who? And if they didn't want to help find a 5-year-old girl, those are the first people I want to ask why. They'd be going to the top of my suspect list. So, exactly. People with nothing to hide don't hide. Thank you. 10-hour drive. I had a retirement home near right off. Yeah, I know. I feel you. All right, guys. I'm trying to get through here and see if there's anything that I can answer before I just jump off here. Thank you, Damaged Goods, for staying on for so long. I appreciate you really hung out with me today. As soon as I'm just going to take a break once they get off of here. And hold on, let's see this. Okay, downtown unblocked. This family don't support any other person except someone. Perfect. So, anyways, everybody, I just want to tell you, I love you. I think you're beautiful people. Thanks for sticking with me. I am glad that, we did get the word out there on the missing person of Kathleen Moore. She's our newest case. We've been working this here. She's a gal that disappeared from Pasco, Florida, Newport Richey, Pasco County, Florida. There we go. And last seen on November 29th around 1 a.m. She was at her on again, off again friend that they have, sex thing, but not really a boyfriend girlfriend thing. And he's been violent with her in the past, and basically says that, she got in an Uber or she walked out the door, and I don't know if she ever was able to get into that Uber, but belongings of her popped up in and around his home. And they kicked in his door, did a 6-hour search of his home, took a bunch of forensics out of his home. He is still uncharged at this time, but he is still the only person of interest that I have been able to ascertain thus far. I know mainstream media is saying he's not a person of interest. I beg to differ. They kicked in his door. They did a whole forensics of his house, and they even went to his job. Sam Seltzer's in Pasco County in Newport Richey. He was working at Sam Seltzer's. He's no longer allowed to come into work, I'm pretty sure, because of this case. So he's been staying home. We did see him leave around 9 a.m. this morning. First time we saw him leave since he went back home on the 5th. He was there all day yesterday with his roommates. Today was the first day we saw him leave in his Cadillac. We got the exclusive of him leaving. He has still failed to answer any questions. He's hiding like a coward, which is the reason why we believe he did it. So if he had nothing to hide, he should be out there trying to help his, friend pass out flyers, get the message out that she's missing. He never told anybody. As a matter of fact, the person directly across the street from his home didn't even know anything was going on other than the police presence. Had no clue that a woman was missing, had no clue that he had a laundry list of violent criminal convictions, along with drug convictions and alcohol convictions. He is a bad dude. He is a bad, bad dude, and most likely killed Kathleen Moore. And we want to find her. We want to find her. We've been out there searching the woods. We've been all alone. No police presence out there searching for her. We have been all alone out there trying to find this woman to bring her and reunite her with her family. It is sad. I'm kind of disappointed in this matter. I hope they do find her. But anyways, I just want to tell you guys, I love you. Have a great day and God bless.